Welcome to the Weekend Live Show. We run down the biggest stories of the week with you every Saturday night.
Is where I'm from.
Let us know in the comments right now. Where you repping?
Is where I'm from. 508 is where I'm from.
Marshfield, New Bedford, Brockton, Malden, Tucsonville, Manchester, Albuquerque's in the Hampton, Hubbardston, Quincy, Hudson, Dartmouth, Manhattan, Conway, New Hampshire, the Garden City, Agawam, Poison, Plymouth, Pittsburgh, Lake Titicaca, Los Angeles.
This year, cause we're ruthless, yeah, that's some true shit. You don't wanna mess with cheddar in this country that you catch in the ambulance.
You have a job? What do you do?
Leave your clothes, buddy, and
I
then
stopped
we're scooping up your pants. 508, where I'm from. 508 is where I'm from.
You lived, I'd come to your house, I'd sit outside, roast marshmallows right in your fucking yard.
NFL on the house,
Let's get this party started, shall we?
Yo, what's up, Turtle Riders? How's everyone doing out there tonight? Good? Good? Excellent. Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. It's Saturday night. We're ready to get started here. We do this every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. Obviously, that's going to be a little bit, we're going to have to be flexible because this is playoff season now. We all saw the Celtics today toy like a leopard playing with a retarded baby Impala today with the Atlanta Hawks. So that's not going to be much of a series, but I still got to watch them. I have to watch every playoff game. So we have obviously the Bruins start on Monday. It doesn't look like that's going to conflict next week. I haven't looked at their whole schedule yet. But we're going to have to figure this out. Okay. So, but normally we do it every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. So why don't you go ahead and smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And hit the notification bell as well, because we do a lot of impromptu lives. I'm starting to do a lot more of those like talks in the car. People seem to like those. Just when I'm driving around, better than listening to Andy Gresh or some stooge on the radio, I guess. But yeah, anyway, so if you guys could go ahead and do that, that'd be cool. Hit those buttons. Follow us on social media. I shared this link on the various social medias that I run. Clarence Woods Emerson is my Facebook page. I think I got almost getting close to 30,000 followers just on my personal page. On the Turtleboy Facebook page. On Twitter, I am at Dr. Turtleboy, DOCTOR Turtleboy, because if Joe Biden's a doctor, then I'm definitely a doctor. On Instagram, we are at Turtleboy_daily_news. Get at us everywhere. It's going to be fun. Bruins are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's absolutely perfect. Does anyone know the Celtics? I mean, I don't know when their next, I assume their next game is on Monday, I'm guessing. Although that wouldn't make any sense because it would have to be home, wouldn't it? And they can't play this home the same night as the Bruins. I'm guessing it's Tuesday. I'm going to guess the Celtics next game is Tuesday, which would suck. Okay. Anyway, so that's that. Reminder, guys, if you guys like the program and you'd like to donate to it, I would graciously accept any and all donations, but we can't do it via Super Chat because we had the wrong opinions about Joe Biden's vaccine mandate like 18 months ago or almost 2 years ago now. And we were banned from using any sort of monetization features, which is great actually, because they take 40%, those grifters. So we just went ahead and we built our own platform and it's called Turtle Chat. It's linked at the top. You can click on that. You can donate whatever amount of money you want, and you get to write a little message when you do that with your little donation. I will get that message in my email. I will read it out loud to the class and we will all have a good time. So anyway, so you can give a shout out to your friends, whatever, call somebody out. There's a lot of people that need calling out this week, isn't there, folks? And so here's what we're going to do tonight. So we are going to talk about the swatting incident that happened with me and some people's reaction to it, which was surprisingly human, I guess you would describe it, with a lot of people. So I was happy to see that, but not so much with other people who just kind of, once again, showed their true colors. But I do want to address that. We'll be getting to that towards the end. We have some things to discuss in that regards. We're going to relive some of the greatest hits from the Antifa rally in Newton. And we're also going to hit on a couple stories from this week as well. I might have a Ratchet calling in. We'll see. And speaking of Rachet Madness starts Monday, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, let's see. Why does Turtleboy even let Oh no, he's done. He's not coming back on. He's too drunk. Sorry, Jamie. Good luck on another program, sir. Anyway, so we're just gonna jump right into it. So the first story that I want to cover this week, I'll pull it up over here. Okie dokie. So this was a story I wrote on Monday. It says Boston parents organize white suburban outrage. And by the way, I didn't tell you guys. So do you guys know who Gavin Mcinnes is? He was the I don't know, the founder of the Proud Boys or whatever. He is I guess he likes my work. He follows my work, but he's like banned from every platform, so I wouldn't know it because he can't follow you or anything. He does all of his shows on something called Censored TV now, censored.tv now, I believe. It's a subscription based model. And so Gavin had his people reach out to me, and then I gave him my phone number. So he called me earlier in the week. We spoke, I think, on Tuesday. We had a nice conversation and we made arrangements. I was on a show yesterday. So, but you probably haven't seen it because it's behind a paywall, but I will be getting the clips of that. And I have his permission to share it. So I went on there. So that was cool. So, but you probably missed that interview because we've had a lot of other stuff. Did he start Vice? I thought, was he one of the starters of Vice, or wasn't Tim Pool involved in Vice? I forget. So people did create Vice. Okay. I didn't even know that. Interesting. Okay. All right. So let's just jump right into this story first, shall we? So the headline says Boston parents organize white suburban outrage mob to attack Norwood cheerleading gym after making unverified allegations of racism towards a 7-year-old. So this woman's name is Amy MaSheen. That's not actually her name. I have a real name. And I was going to do a follow-up on the story, and I'm still going to. Her real name, I mean, I should have known. Charlie MaSheen. Give me a break. Her real name is... Where'd she go? Oh, I had Chrissy Court this week. I've had a busy fucking week, huh? Charlie Rezel. Amy Rezel. Rezil. Rezil. She's a teacher at Brook Charter School in Boston, which I feel like I've written about before. Let me just Google this real quick. Brook Charter School, TV, Daily News. What comes up? Oh, of course I have. Like check. So let's check out this chick school. They always work at charter schools. These people. I'll do a rant about Republicans and then how retarded they are with charter schools in just a moment. So check out these. So these are the two. Roslindale charter school teacher alerts authorities about KFC and barbershop employees not wearing masks before Christmas. Okay, so there's that guy. Roslindale first grade charter school teacher advocates for puberty blockers and chemical castration for kids. Tells class that doctors guess baby's sex, and when they're wrong, it's called transgender. So this is what's happening at charter schools. Republicans are so retarded on the issue of charter schools. There's no other way to describe it. It is the most retarded point of view ever. The Republicans always are talking about, we want charter schools, right? Because they don't like public schools and they don't like teachers unions. They want to stick it to the teachers union. Yeah, charter schools, great alternative, free market, blah, blah, blah. Hey, dummies, did you ever think about who's going to get the charters? Did you think about that? Who gives out the charters? Who's in control of that? Who do you think is going to apply for those charters? Oh, right. Radical SJWs and wokesters who don't think the public schools are radical enough. That's who always ends up starting charter schools. They're run by communists. And unlike the public schools, they have absolutely no control from the public. They're paid for by the public. Their salaries are paid for by the public, but they have no oversight from the public. Whereas the public schools kind of do. At least there is an elected school committee, and it moves very slowly and it's hard. Usually the school committees are filled with communists, but at least there's a mechanism there, a way to oversee them somehow. It does not exist with charter schools. Okay. So that's where this woman teaches, is a Brook Charter School. So keep that in mind when we are talking about this. I'm trying to read the comments. Gavin Mcinnes reels on YouTube are gold. Yeah, totally. Okay. So this woman here, her name is Amy. What the fuck? I just had her name. Remez? Amy Rezel. Amy Rezel. Rezil. She says Penelope and I performed To Rise Up in 2021 for my school. I chose that song because at the time it always gave me goosebumps. Fast forward today, that song no longer gives me goosebumps. It makes me cry. It makes me sad that my 7-year-old heard the song in the car and said, "It's like me. I rise up and stand up for myself." It makes me sad that at 7, she has already endured racism, body shaming, and bullying. It makes me sad that it all happened in a place that was supposed to be a safe space outside of her home and school, Cheer Advantage in Norwood. It makes me angry that adults involved in the situation didn't take accountability. It makes me infuriated that no appropriate measures were taken in order to support my baby, and instead they preferred to let Penelope quit the team as a whole so they didn't have to rectify the situation. Let you quit the team? So you quit the team. That's what you're saying. They didn't let you quit. What are they supposed to say? No, please don't quit. Please, you can't quit. You quit. It's true what they say. Some organizations have a no tolerance policy and others just are money hungry. Cheer Advantage was the latter. Silence is acceptance, and I refuse to be silenced like Jim requested. So to those of you interested in putting your littles in cheer in your identity, interested in putting your littles in cheer and you identify as black or brown, this isn't the place for you. Okay. Real motivational stuff there. So no real details or anything, but the post didn't get much attention. The 3 comments, 10 shares. Like you know, it's not believable when you're like a SJW charter school teacher in Boston and you can't even get like 100 shares on a story like that. Like a 7-year-old girl's being body shamed and racism. No, that means nobody believes you, or else they would share it immediately. That's what that means. So she goes and shares it to this. Now she's from Boston. She's not even from Walpole, Medfield, or Westwood. And the gym is in Norwood. So Norwood is not one of these groups, but Norwood is near all those towns. So maybe people who live in those towns might be inclined to send their kids to this dance school in Norwood. And she just wants to hurt their business because like her post didn't get enough attention. So she's going to go on a mommy's group and do it and say, and share the same story. And she adds a little flair to it though. She goes, "I knew I should have seen red flags when I was kicked out of the waiting area by a coach that labeled me as a liability just for waiting for my child to get out of practice. So I later found out from people who work there that that's not what happened. So the mother tried to watch cheer practice the whole time. She's one of those helicopter parents and was like interfering with what the coach was trying to do. And the daughter was too distracted by her. And so they asked her to leave. So, you know what I mean? During practice. And so I was kicked out. No, well, yeah, because you're a distraction. Like who watches their kids cheer practice? Go away. Practice will be over when it's over. Come pick her up. That's what you need to do. Like insane. Anyway, she goes, that you were a liability. I should have seen the red flags when Cindy told me that she didn't know what else to do about this situation because she isn't black. And I knew I should have seen the red flags when the owner, Jen, said other parents have complained about the same child and that they refuse to terminate her because she has a sister and a cousins on the team. So they have this really... So basically what she's saying here is she's upset that they didn't kick a child out of the gym, like a rival child. Like my child has a dispute with another child who's bullying her or body shaming her or whatever. They're fucking 7. They're 7. You want a 7-year-old expelled for being, you know, mean and inappropriate instead of just talking to them and saying, don't do that. You want them kicked out. And that's like, basically, if this kid is not kicked out, we're unhappy. And of course, all these idiots, you share it to the mama group. And again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. And you know, it's true, ladies. This is why y'all couldn't vote till 1920. It's why y'all couldn't vote. Because not all of you, some of you are smart. Megyn Kelly. I listen to Megyn Kelly's podcast every day. She's my favorite podcaster. I love Megyn Kelly. Okay. But y'all not everyone's Megyn Kelly. And a lot of them, quite frankly, fall for a lot of bullshit a lot. Some stupid shit. Like you share notice she didn't share this in like a daddy's group. Do those even exist? I don't know. But you share it in a mama's group, they're all gonna be like, oh my God. Literally no one will question it. No one will question this. Guaranteed. I'm so sorry, mama. Oh, can we stop right there too? I immediately judge, or not, maybe judge isn't the right word. I judge. Okay. I know I know the type of person who refers to the term mama, who refers to, oh, I'm so sorry, mama. Mama. I'm a mama bear. Oh, mama. Oh, as soon as I hear that, I'm like, okay, you're a joke. I'm not taking you seriously. But anyway, thank you for sharing. Like, it's infuriating and disgusting. None of these people saw any of this. I'm so sorry for the behavior you and your daughter had to endure. Report them to the BBB. Unacceptable. You're treated this way. We'll be steering clear of there. Okay. Disgraceful. I'm so sorry to hear this. I'm so sorry this happened to you. This makes me sick. I'm so sorry. Blah, blah, blah. What an experience. So awful. Cheerleading is such a messy sport. Oh my God. Disgusting. How disgusting. I'm so sorry for your daughter. Please keep looking at other places. Oh my God. Look at this woman writes, how disgusting. It's true though. Money hungry over no tolerance. They would rather have your one child leave and let the problem child and their relatives stay in order to not lose money. Hopefully this post will be enough that they lose more customers and they can tell, like, you don't know them. And you want them hurt. For some reason, your name is Bobby. Of course, your name is Bobby. So Bobby is like, fuck them. Their company should be hurt because I saw something on Facebook and blindly chose to believe it. Another person writes, this was great. I'm so sorry that you and your daughter have been the target of racism. Oh, hurts me to my core. Thank you for sharing that this business is racist. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that you've been helping others stay safe, even though you're still processing it. Also, I appreciate that you're raising awareness for others in our area who often think this doesn't happen in our towns. It's sickening how often it does. I hope your and your daughter's hearts heal as much as they can. Like somebody got fucking shot. And that your daughter knows how capable and worthy she is. And I hope that racist individuals are able to do self-reflection and seek education. Oh my God. Again, that's why y'all people couldn't vote till 1920. I keep telling you that. And you know it's true. And you know it's true. Okay. And so this is the woman that we're supposed to feel like, oh, you're such a victim. And then there's this chick, Iofi Barrington Haber, who okay, so I checked her comment out and I downloaded the picture, right, to use in the blog. And it's like, you have already downloaded this picture, it tells me, which means I wrote about her another time. Sometime I must have written about this chick. I'm just going to search her name and see what comes up because I already had this picture saved on my computer from a previous blog. I'm going to search her name, TV Daily News. Okay, let's see what comes up. No, nothing comes up. Don't know. But I had her picture on my computer somewhere and must have been for some reason. But anyway, she looks the type, doesn't she? And she writes, of course, I'm vaccinated. Of course you are. I'm so sorry your baby experienced this and you were ignored. Children's organizations must do better to be inclusive and anti-racist. How about children's organizations just let children be children instead of brainwashing them with anti-racism? Whatever the fuck that, and by the way, that's code, of course, for extremely racist shit that we're just going to call anti-racism. That's all. Whenever you're anti-racism, that's a dog whistle for actual racism. Just not, it's usually like the other way around as the history books portray racism to be. It's usually like, white people are horrible, you're the devil, and you can make amends by getting on your knees and shining some shoes like please, like Monica Cannon Grant is the type of people that use that kind of language. So anyway, one woman asks, what made them label you a liability? She says, I was simply waiting the area for my daughter to get out of practice She blatantly told me I am a liability and had to leave. Why? I got time today, so she's still shaming them. And you go to her page, and it's like, oh, immediately. I already know what's going on here. You make your goddamn kid a freaking activist. Look at this picture. Family Day of Action. We the people of Boston. This kid is like 5 years old when this picture is being taken. No, 4 years old. Ahmad, Brianna, do you think this child has any fucking clue who Breonna Taylor is or should know or the details going involved in that raid or that the first shots fired came from Breonna Taylor's apartment and Sergeant John Mattingly got shot with a shotgun and then they fired back and she died? That's what happened in the Breonna Taylor situation. And this woman just got her arm in the air. Okay. Sure thing. Did I cover the story Tuesday? I honestly feel like I talked about Ahmaud Arbery Tuesday. But anyway, she also sells Jordans. So that's a red flag right there. And she keeps talking about how Miss Cindy is so bad and blah, blah, blah. And then there's this dude, okay, the husband. And you go to the husband's page. My baby girl is about to turn 4 this month. She's becoming the sweetest little girl on earth. Funny how that works. Terrible twos ain't a thing. They should call it the thug in threes. Because my kid is straight gangster. Okay, buddy. Relax, pal. Okay? Your kid's a kid. Just let your kid be a kid. Your kid's not a straight gangster. Chill out. Anyway, and so he starts naming these people by name. And then you go down to him. And then this is what this guy sounds like. And I didn't need to hear anything.
Y'all mad at a nigga because he fucked a bitch on his wife, Nia Long or whatever. Okay, Nia Long might not got an incredible dick suck. Nia Long might be an aggravating bitch. Nia Long might think she's that bitch because she's Nia Long. She might aggravate this man who's trying to be a man, and he might have found something over here where she's, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with you, baby. I know about Nia, blah, blah, blah. And she might got the dick suck of a century. Like right now with men, all we see is ass and bitches sticking their tongue out and going crazy, looking sexy, right? We ain't supposed to be like, damn, look at that bitch right there. Damn, that shit's fat. We ain't supposed to do that. Oh, no, I got my girl at home. I'm going to stick with my girl. I can't anyone. Life.
Nice guy. So Nia Long ain't got what was this quote there? I actually wrote that out. This is the dad. This is the kind of shit he puts on social media that Ime Udoka's baby mom. We never found out what he did, huh? We never like that. Story just went away. Weird. We don't know who he fucked, but it must have been Helen of fucking Troy or some shit for him to lose his job after the season that he had, his only season as coach of the Boston Celtics. But he rants about how Nia Long is an aggravating bitch who might not have an incredible dick suck. So it's cool that, Ime Udoka, again, I don't care what Ime Udoka was doing. It's nobody's business except between them, and it is what it is, but that's an interesting take on it. And then you go to his Twitter account. It's like worse than Liz Miranda's Twitter account. All this shit. So anyway, he puts out a video a couple days later, and I'm going to play this video for you right now over here. Let's listen to this. So he actually did I don't know if you've seen the blog yet. He just messaged me about 5 minutes ago. So we're going to call him. I don't know if he's watching right now, but we're going to call him. So let me pull this up over here. And by the way, let me check the donos real quick, the turtle chats. I don't want to miss anyone. We got one turtle chat from Kelly. Says drag $25. She says drag clowns for pre-K. I love the road trip. So thank you very much, Kelly. Again, if anyone else would like to donate to the program, my Cash App is $ Uncle Turtleboy. You'll really piss off the trolls, guys, if you do that, though. If you donate, they're not going to like that. So just be careful. And you get to write a message of your choice. I'll read it out loud to the class. Or you can click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat. Donate whatever amount of money you want. I'll get an email. I will read it out loud as well. Whatever message that you send. Okay, so let's check out this video. Is it? I'll pull it up over here. All righty. By the way, don't message the page. Do not message the page, or else your shit will pop up. But
happened within the last 2 weeks that my daughter went through. My daughter's 7 years old. Right?
You're not gonna let me go. Go ahead.
She already
stand down.
She already experienced racism, body shaming at the mere age of 7 years old. And when you got kids who, are doing extracurricular activities and things of that nature, you assume that these places that they're going are safe spaces, right? And she was at a cheerleading gym. It's called Cheer Advantage in Norwood, right?
Where in Norwood?
And it's over there on one of them white streets. I forget the name.
One of them white streets.
Saxon Avenue.
So one of them white streets, like you're above that, dude. Like you live in Boston. Why didn't you send your kid to the Boston cheer school? Oh no, you want to send him to the white school. Why is that? I got, us Saxon people, right? That's what he calls white people. Saxon isn't Anglo-Saxon. Us Saxon people, we're so dry, us and our cheese sandwiches. But you like our cheer schools, don't you? Interesting how that works there. Anyway, go on.
But it's Cheer Advantage in Norwood. Don't send your kids over there. If you got black and brown children and you love your kids, don't send them over there. I promise you, it's not a good place for them. They will not be respected. They will not be treated fairly. Now, this is what happened, right? So some little girl, kids are kids, right?
Yeah. No. Y'all know how I am with that. Don't say that.
I understand,
shit.
but
kids ain't kids.
Because kids will learn things from home, right?
Right. That's not kids being kids.
This is true.
That's
so
kids being conditioned.
Right. So the kid was teasing my daughter, calling her fat, and then making fun of her skin complexion, right? The little girl is Brazilian, so I think she forgets that like she's not white like the rest of these little Saxons that they go to cheer with.
Saxons.
Now, it wasn't about the teasing, right? It was about the skin thing for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, because kids will be kids, and kids will I didn't tease people about being fat when I was a fat boy growing up, right? Fat as shit. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like that's a reality, right? And it happened, right? But so real shit. So that wasn't really the thing that bothered me. It was about teasing her because of her skin complexion.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
My wife went to go bring it to the attention of the owners. The owners' names is Jennifer Fraioni and Cynthia Forbes.
Like they're doxing.
They're the owners.
Like this is like you're doxing them on your freaking radio show. You're just shaming them. Why? And they're like, this is cool. This is what we do.
And directors of Cheer Advantage All Stars in Norwood. And they did absolutely nothing about it.
Are those her kids in the pictures? Yeah. They're showing pictures of this woman's kids. Cindy Forbes. If Cindy wants to come on the show and talk about this, hear the other side of the story, she's more than welcome to.
They didn't even have the little girl apologize.
Oh, no.
Right? And then the parents of the girl, these racist Brazilians, her father, he's a business owner. And I did some digging and I found out that he's a fucking racist him damn self, right?
Oh, he did some digging. Guys. So what radio station is this? That's a good question. It appears to be what, like WAC 107 or something? Sub CWFT CW. What is this called? Charlie MaSheen. What? And by the way, Charlie MaSheen like tagged all of these media outlets, and no one took an interest in it because your story's stupid and you're an asshole, and no one's gonna. Even the Boston Globe's not gonna jump out of that one. Okay. Charlie MaSheen. Okay. Let's see where he works. According to his bio, he works at CWTFB Radio. Whatever that is. It's in Canton. And he's voice of the city in Canton. Okay. So there's that. Anyway, let's play some more.
He always be talking about black motherfuckers and things of that nature. So where do you think that stems from? The little girl hears her father speak. You know what this girl's aunt? So it was a little girl and her cousin that were there. The little girl's aunt said to Amy, well, to protect your daughter's feelings, why don't you just stay away from her? Right? Not saying that we'll talk to her. Not saying that, we'll see what's going on. Like she should apologize, no nothing. Oh, she should just stay away from her. And then when Amy brought it up again, one of the owners, I don't know if it was Cynthia, or Jennifer, but they went and said, oh, well, we kind of agree with old girl's mom. She says you're dragging this. So they did absolutely nothing. So you people over there, Cheer All Stars, whatever y'all, Cheer Advantage All Stars, I really hope there's really no other black kids that ever go over there. In fact, since this happened, they've been trying to brush it on the rug, and I got the emails right here. You know what I'm saying? So here's what they said. Good morning. We wanted to meet with our Rubies, right? That's Penny's team, right? The Rubies team on Thursday night at the gym. That's actually tonight, right?
Imagine this is your parents. This kid is too young to be embarrassed like this, but I would just never do this to my 7-year-old daughter, like on my platform. Like that is one thing I vow never to do, is like take out, if I have like a problem with my kid's soccer coach or a problem with, something involved in my kid's life, I will never broadcast it on here, because I won't mix, what I do here, because I'm too personally invested in it. I'm biased when it comes to that. So I would never present that story to you. And I think that would hurt my credibility if I did that. And so this guy's just like, dude, that's how I could tell this guy's a fucking asshole. Like, I wasn't there. But I'm learning more and more about this just from listening to this cocksucker run his pole polisher on his radio show that 5 people listen to. Oh yeah, this guy, the racist Brazilians, huh? Okay. Right. So this story is getting less and less legitimate by the second. Let's play some more.
6:30 to have a discussion regarding the unfortunate situation that happened last week and this week. We think it's best to have an open discussion about what happened and answer any questions you may have regarding the situation. That being said, we unfortunately have made the decision to not send the Rubies to the competition this week. So there was actually a competition that they were really trying to move forward with even after Penny quit. We pulled her, and then they tried to spite us like, well, we're going to do it anyway. So when Amy spoke to the other mothers, they was like, nah, like that's fucked up. Like,
okay,
like
good.
You know what I'm saying? Good. So obviously, I'm pretty sure this is a result of that. Mm-hmm. That being said, well, unfortunately, have made the decision not to send the Rubies to the competition this weekend. We wanted you to know for planning purposes.
I mean, what is this? Like the Bootleg Breakfast Club, some shit like this? Like, what are you, Charlotte? Bootleg Charlemagne the God? Like what? Like what is the purpose of these other 2 people on the couch? Like, what have they contributed so far to the show besides? Oh, good thing you're on there, sitting on the fucking couch. Go. Nobody's asked. The great conversation we're having here. We're hearing a one-sided anecdote that the other side doesn't get to talk about, and just they're just racist because we said so. It gets better.
But we'll discuss further at the meeting. We'll credit the competition fee to the account. We thank you all in advance for support, right? Now, this is what pissed me off. This part of another email. Since our start in 2014, they've been around since 2014. Share Advantage has prided ourselves on being an inclusive community of children and parents and a place for athletes to challenge themselves in a safe space. Bullshit. Recently, one of our former families posted on social media that our program was not the safe space for their child that they had hoped, because that's the truth. And that their child endured racism, body shaming, and bullying. We are saddened by these allegations of mistreatment that this child experienced and have a strict no tolerance policy that addresses bullying of any kind at any age. We took proactive steps with the families involved and offered solutions. However, those were unfortunately declined.
Yes, they
were. You know what their solution was?
What was the solution?
We're just not going to put them on the same team next year.
Say what?
That's not beneficial.
Oh, so their solution was to just separate the kids. Okay, you 2 kids have a problem with each other, so we'll just separate you. They're like, no, that ain't gonna work. That kid's got to get kicked. The Brazilian kid's got to get kicked out. This guy just hates Brazilians. That's what this comes down to. He hates Brazilians. There's something he probably banged some crazy Brazilian chick, and I hate to break it to you, Amy, but he's cheating on you, like obviously, like I will guarantee this guy had sex with a crazy Brazilian chick, because let's keep it a buck. Them Brazilian chicks, highest percentage of crazy bitches. Everybody knows that. I don't think that's a controversial statement to make. Everybody knows that. And that's my hypothesis here. Is this guy slept with a crazy Brazilian woman and he's scarred for life because of it. And he's just on a vendetta to get this Brazilian girl kicked out of the class. That's what I think is happening here. Because it's bit like what I think that's a fine solution. Okay, we'll just separate the kids. That's my guess. It's my guess.
And you know what one of them fucking Saxon bitches said?
Saxon
you
bitches.
Stupid hoes.
What? Like, so this is the guy we're supposed to believe. This is and now his real colors come out. You know what some of these Saxon bitches said? You stupid hoes. Oh, okay. So this guy, like, let's be clear. This dude hates white women. Hates women. Like, this guy hates women. He's a fucking massage therapist to the upteenth degree, but especially them Saxon bitches. He does no tolerance for them Saxon bitches, them stupid hoes. Ime Udoka couldn't fuck one of you Saxon hoes. Couldn't keep your mouth shut. Yeah, right. Go on, buddy. You're a real victim here.
Jennifer, I don't know if it was your bitch ass or if it was Cynthia.
Proceed, nigga.
These bitches said we can't relate because we're not black.
Oh, shit.
No, she didn't.
That's what she verbalized to my wife. One of these dirty bitches that probably don't.
You gotta question whether she washes above the shoulders every day. It's every other.
The soap just trickles down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
They don't use washcloths.
They see it.
You know what I'm saying? We have always and will continue to take a proactive stance in managing bullying and work with the families involved to rectify the situation together. It's important that we continue to serve as a safe space for our community, for our children in the community. We'll always enforce this policy. If you have ever felt like we have fallen short in that regard, we want to hear from you and are welcome to open dialogue. We're here to learn, improve, most importantly, ensure the environment you send your children to is always welcoming and inclusive. All right, what was that energy when we mentioned what the fuck was going on with Penelope? Y'all didn't have no solutions for that, you stupid bitches. And I swear to God, like, we're ready. Like, you want to go crazy with the lawyer shit? Like, it's whatever, nigga. We got money too. What's up?
Yeah, nah, they
you know what I mean? And you can't file defamation of character if what we were saying is not true.
Who's talking about deformation?
I'm sure you don't wash your legs, you dirty bitches. Right? This is all true. This is all facts.
Very true. You can't go wash them now. There's long years of evidence of you not washing them.
And we about to drag y'all asses.
I'm sure your tub is very dirty.
I'm sure y'all got dirt rings around your fucking tubs.
I'm sure.
You 8 Mile trailer park bitches. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna stop dragging you hoes. It's gonna keep happening. And you had no idea that, you know, Penny's dad has a media platform and that I have a lot of friends in media, and this is not gonna stop here.
Okay, so you know who else has a medium platform? You fucking basic bitch. Fucking pussy. Me, I got a platform too. It's a lot bigger than you, whatever fucking bootleg ass station you're on, because I know ain't no one listen. That's not on my fucking dial. Whatever the fuck you're on right now, you're on a goddamn podcast that 5 people in Jamaica Plain listen to every other fucking Tuesday, and you're trying to cause harm to these people. And let's talk about who the fuck you are, Charles Rezel. Let's find out who the fuck you are, shall we? Because we did some digging too. And you're right, there's not going to be deformation here. There's not going to be any deformation here. Because we're talking straight facts. So let's pull up some of your wife's shit. Because we're going to, you like to disrespect women. Let's talk about your hoe, shall we, sir? You like to call other people hoes? Let's talk about your hoe, shall we? Because she's the one that started this whole fucking thing by running her mouth on social media. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to pull up some documents here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Man, what a piece of shit, huh? What an absolute piece of shit. So this guy is a car salesman. He sells cars. And we're going to be clipping that clip. We're going to be sending it to your employer, dude, because that's what we do. You're trying to and again, A lot of people like, you're doing, or Turtleboy, you're doing cancel culture now? Bro, where you been? I've been embracing cancel culture ever since it's been weaponized against me. This guy's trying to cancel this fucking cheering company for no reason. And he's a piece of shit. So yeah, we're going to try to cancel you. So let's find out where you work. Okay. So, let's see. So here he is. He's the founder and chief visionary officer of this CWTFB, entertainment and pop culture. Charles Rezel created his brand in 2011 with some former partners. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Whatever that means. He was an event coordinator for World Ventures, whatever that is. Oh, he went to JD O'Brien. I believe that's the exam school. So he's a nerd. You're a nerd, dude. Like, stop it. Stop acting like you're like hard. You're a tough guy. You went to the nerd school, the exam school. So let's keep it a buck. Then you went to community college. That's nice. And what else we got here? Oh, you're a sales consultant, huh? You're a sales consultant at, you were at Central Auto. You sold cell phones. I had a summer job too once. And now you're a manager at McGovern Auto Group. That's interesting because that's a well-respected business. Wonder what they're going to think of that rant right there. What do we have here? Oh, this is the wife's school. Check out this awesome group of BIPOC educators. Brooke and Mattapan's DIG group got together for the Relax and Unwind. Shout out to our very own Amy Rezel for making these beautiful black educators. Imagine there were white educator sweatshirts. Like, yeah, white educator, black educator. You know Henry Turner's got one of these. At Newton North, 1,000%. So she's a second grade teacher. And I wonder what, like parents of second grade teachers think of something like that. That's what this family is supporting. Interesting. I guess we'll find out. Won't we? And by the way, so the guy works at McGovern Auto Group on the Route 1 Auto Mile in Norwood. And I wonder who his primary clientele is. Who do you think is the majority of his customers there? Probably a lot of cheese sandwich eating motherfuckers from Westwood, Norwood, Dedham, Walpole, stuff like that. Yeah, McGovern Auto Group is not going to like this, my dude. So you want to fuck with them. And this is what I do at Turtleboy, is I defend the people that are being picked on, that don't have the voice to fight back. The small business owner being picked on by this useless fucking maggot pile of shit. Charlie Rezel. Was it Rezel? Is that his fucking name? Rezel. Yeah, Charlie Rezel. So watch out. What you're going to say? We got something special for you, Charlie. Let's give him a call. Should we give him a call? Let's give him a call right now. I bet you. Let's see if he has anything to say. See if Charlie's got anything to say. Okay. Because I messaged him. I said, yo. He responds, what? Did he block me? Can I not message this dude? It doesn't let you call him. Oh, man. Call me. See, normally when I go on, there's a call button usually on Facebook, but because this is, I'll show you. So you go here and it's usually, yeah, there he is. Okay. Usually they have, when you message this dude, somebody like this, there's a call button right here, but I don't see that. I don't see that here. Maybe because it's a public figure page. Let me check Charlie Rezel. By the way, I just what's his name? What's her name? Kylie Kirkpatrick's trial date was set today. And now we know it's going to be June 5th in Napa, California. I just found this out. I am looking into flights, guys. I haven't been to California in quite some time. I've never been to Napa before. But should I go to Napa for that? Like, we all know the Kylie Kirkpatrick story. What was it, 2019, 2020, around then? I think it was 2020, or right before COVID. The lunch scamming mom. She's living in Rhode Island now, but I feel like I need to go there for the trial of Kylie Kirkpatrick. Don't you? Like, wouldn't that be freaking awesome if I worked out? I got a place to stay out there. They love me in Napa. I feel like I need to go because that's one of the biggest stories I ever did was the Kylie Kirkpatrick story. But anyway, I haven't been to Holden in a while. Jamie, you live like one town over, dude. What are you talking about? Come up here whenever you want, sir. But I feel like I need to do that. And it could rate it off as a work expense too. So that'd be cool. But anyway, I guess I can't call this dude. So that's a bummer. So anyway, let me read a couple donos real quick here. I got a couple cash apps. Got to read out. It says Claire McKenna sends $50. Thank you, Claire. And says, sorry I'm late. Hi, everyone. Welcome, Claire. Chris McSherry sends $25 and says, for chin checking that Antifa fuck. Newton blows. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that shortly as well. Antifa fucks. We also got a dono here from Anonymous and says, happy 15th anniversary to Jen and Mike Fucci. May your next 15 years be as ratchet as your first. We're going to get to that story next, actually. So thank you very much. If anyone else would like to donate, my Cash App is $ Uncle Turtleboy. And my Cash App, my Cash App is $ Uncle Turtleboy. Or you click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat. You can donate whatever amount of money you want. Write a message. I'll read it out loud to the class when you do that. Okay, before we move on to the next story. And by the way, for the kids, I meant to see you on there. So, question. That story you did, that was you. I always get my predator poachers confused. I believe you guys are the ones who did that guy, Wayne, in Westminster. That guy, you remember Wayne? I think that was you guys, right? I went to go watch that the other day. It's down. It's gone. What happened to Wayne? Fill me in on that one if you can. Fill me in on it if you can. Okay. Just to be clear, Jamie, you're not welcome here. Like, you're not coming to my house right now. I'm doing the middle of a show because you're actually the kind of retard that would fucking show up in a house with sleeping children and ring the fucking doorbell. So you'll be trespassed if you come here. You're not welcome here. Let's be clear about that. My mods are letting people attempt to dox viewers in your chat. What is this? Babysitting fucking hour? What's happening right now? Yes, I grabbed Wayne. My channel got deleted. Wow. That's insane. Dude, use Rumble, man. Just use Rumble. Fucking stupid. Or just, make sure you save everything on Rumble. That's what we do. Anyway, okay. So he's like, nah. Okay. So like, scared? He goes, nah. Scared? Scared because I'm not scared? I know you only like to fucking only talk fucking tough with females. I know you only talk tough with females. Okay. So anyway, so that guy's there. So anyway, why don't we do a little thing right now called Where Are You Reppin'? Let us know in the comments right now. Where are you watching the Turtleboy live show from tonight? Go ahead. You're going to have to fill me in, KG, in a minute. Glendale, Arizona, Hanson, Pembroke, Tucson Turtle, Fistale, East Bridgewater, Braintree, Bed, Billerica, Scituate, Nashua, Springfield, West Quincy, Canton, Lewiston, Maine, Fall River, Buzzards Bay, Brockton, Cheese Sandwich, Missouri, Providence College area, Watertown, East Bridgewater, Long Island, Naples, Eastham, McGovern Auto Group parking lot. Excellent. Raynham, Bridgewater, Cincinnati. That's a new one. Plainville is in the house. Near Caen, France. Charlestown's in the house. Atlantic City up 2,400. Good job. Which casino? Let's see. Danvers is in the house. Shirley MCI. Somebody's watching on the job. Nice. Mashpee's in the house. Nice peaceful home in North Attleboro. It says Hunter Stevens. No, Hunter, I think you live in Attleboro with your brother Wade. Cranston, Weymouth, another North Attleboro's in the house. Hopedale's in the house. Boylston's in the house. Belfast with Uncle Joe. Burlington, Weymouth, Hopedale. The Moon, Beverly. Okay, Saxonville. All right. Framingham. Okay. Anyway, I don't know what KG is talking about there. Clinton, Nashua, Buzzards Bay. Mapleville. People have different. Oh, you're at the Borgata. Oh, that's the best, dude. The best. The Borgata's the best. But if you guys have, like, I don't know, people have different definitions of doxing. If you say someone's name, that's not doxing. Like, let's be very clear about that. I hate this whole thing about how, and that's in the community, people, they all have this out there. Like, oh, you can't say like that. Like if you said Zach Marten instead of Tonic, oh, that's doxing or whatever. It's like, dude, shut up. Shut up. And if someone finds out your name and they say it, dude, get over it. It's just a fucking name. Doxing is when, I got doxed the other night when they put your freaking address up there and like call them. That's doxing. That's what doxing is. So I'm not sure, KG, if you would specify who's getting doxed. I don't know what that means. Your viewers shouldn't have to sit here. What are you talking about? Okay. I'm running a show here. I know you're a viewer. I've seen you on here before. You're a supporter. What comes after finding a name? I don't fucking know, guys. If you're afraid of the internet, don't fucking talk on the internet. Like that's what I recommend. Okay, we got it's grown up time now. I know you're a supporter here. I'm trying to be nice about this, but I'm not your fucking babysitter. If you go on the internet and you talk and someone finds out who the fuck you are, that's just life. Okay, that's just fucking life. It happened to me. You'll fucking survive. You'll be okay. Trust me. You'll be okay. Think about what happened to me fucking after what fucking happened to me this week. You have the fucking balls to sit here and whine about somebody said my fucking name in the chat. Somebody said my boo fucking oh. Try having a goddamn fucking cop show at your house at 2 a.m. for the second wellness check on you in 12 hours. And then come cry to me about you. Somebody said my fucking name in the chat. No one can ever say my fucking name. Shut the fuck up and use a fucking different account then, okay? Start over from scratch with a new fucking account where no one knows who you are, and then you can say whatever the fuck you want, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. With doxing. This is the wrong fucking place to come here and cry. But your viewer's you're not fucking special because you're a fucking viewer of the show. What on earth would ever make you think that you're fucking special for being a viewer of the show? And then I'm going to stop my fucking show to be like, who's saying this person's name? What has ever led you to believe that I'm that guy? Ever. Okay? So there's my fucking rant. Yeah, be like Kelly. Kelly has no fucks to give. She goes to every Billerica school committee meeting and board of selectmen meeting in her goddamn Turtleboy shirt and says whatever the fuck she wants to say. And she doesn't care. Because she's a fucking grown-up. Be a fucking grown-up. That's it. That's it. Yeah, and this is it. So just so you know, KG, this is your peer group now. Jamie Lynn. This way. Jamie Lynn is your peer group. If you're crying about this shit about, oh, you people. Teresa uses a real name. She doesn't give a shit. Be like Kelly. Okay? KG. I don't even know who the fuck you are.
somebody doxed me. Somebody said my name. Exactly. It's your name. Big deal. Shut up. Okay. Go watch. Where do they protect your identity? I don't know. Maybe try Masshold Troll Mafia. They did a stream about a month ago. You can jump on there. Okay. Yeah. As much as at least we know who James Schramm is. Okay. We don't hear him crying about it. So anyway, back to the show. Shall we? KG. Oh, take a lap. All right. So let's talk about Mike Fucci. Where'd he go? Okay, so there's a Facebook group apparently called "Are We Dating the Same Guy?" Boston, Cambridge. Now, I thought this was like a localized group, but it's actually a much larger national group. It's owned by a woman named, and I have the information here. It was sent to me. A woman named, one moment. Paula Sanchez. Okay. And let me get it. I found a GoFundMe for this chick. So I found some more dirt on this. Let me just text my source. Talking about this now. Okay. All right. So let me text this. Message this GoFundMe to me. All right. Anyway, I got it. Anyway, so there's this group here, and apparently it's part of a national chain, and they have like 1.4 million members in all of their groups combined. And they work to identify creeps and save other women. So basically it's a burn book to shit on men who they think are creepy. And a lot of the time, I'm sure the men are creepy. But it's basically doxing. I mean, kind of. It's like whatever. So like, for instance, this guy's on there. Ladies, red flags. Will post more when approved in comments. And that guy would be this gentleman here named Todd DeAngelis, who's featured in September when he was caught outside a home in Bedford where a girl lives who is the his daughter's good friend, a 12-year-old girl. And he was caught climbing a ladder and rubbing his crotch, like in looking into a bedroom and rubbing his crotch. Okay. And then he came on and he talked about deformation or something. And he said he was going to sue. He did all that stuff. And yeah. Okay. So the story is, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So he's one guy we saw in there. He's weird. Oh, and then there's this fucking guy. Oh my God. He's so creepy. Oh, he's so creepy. Look at him. I know I'm going to get like 100 messages from this guy. He messages me all the time. He tweets at me all the time. He wants to be the new Ryan Waters, like so badly. His name is Eric Neal. Okay. And Eric Neal, does anyone have that video that Eric Neal posted in response to this, I believe? So Eric Neal is a Middleton man. I believe he's from Middleton. He started a Middleton Facebook group and he has like a couple thousand people and it's like a community Facebook group, and he charges businesses to post in there, which is insane. And he calls himself like Skip Tracer or something. I think what is this whole deal? Yeah. And he's like a dickhead about it too. Like and by the way, so let me just read this. It says, so he rips off small businesses, in my opinion. He defended his father, who was incarcerated for downloading kiddie porn that Eric didn't know anything about. Eric totally did not download that kiddie porn himself because he looks absolutely nothing like the kind of person who would normally download child pornography. Nothing like it. And he says he also showed what an obsessive person he is towards women by airing his beef with a rival Facebook group run by a woman named Carrie, and cried about how someone in Carrie's group accused him of having relations with the cat. Relations with cat. Oh, dude. And then somebody goes, relations with cats? And he's like, that's funny. Yeah, I found it comical. I think it's disgusting. I would think accusing someone of having relations with a cat is disgusting. Yeah, I would. So, ladies, this guy has a great sense of humor. Great sense of humor. And he so apparently he was featured on there. Anyone know Eric from Middleton? Oh, Eric was also the one guy that's, by the way, that wrote like these are the messages he sends me all the time. He bought my book after I wrote a blog about him. He said he's going to expose me. I never respond to any of his shit because I was like fucking with him. And then he's the one that got all of the police reports on me. He did a FOIA for $175. He said, got all these, every call ever made to the Holden Police Department about me. Like for instance, that time when I took a left-hand turn out of Duncan's with my Honda CRV. And that's how he got my license plate number. So this guy's a real sleuth. I reported a missing dog in October. Very bad stuff. Someone ordered pizzas to my house in March of 2020. Horrible. And then I thought these were hilarious. He pulled up every police call about me. Like people go to the police about me all the time. Like this one says, caller is unhappy with recent posts from Turtleboy and is also concerned for Turtleboy's family's well-being. Like seriously, party did not wish to leave voicemail with Sergeant, of course, states he has already spoken to the Attorney General in Massachusetts and Connecticut and has been in contact with the state police and cyber crimes. Okay. That must be part of the storm, I'm guessing. Another one says they're reporting he is coming into the station to report slanderous things that he saw on a YouTube live video regarding Turtleboy. This is on May 8th. So I do wonder what that show was. So the guy heard something on May 8th and decided to go to the Holden police station about me and whatever. And of course, he shared on this group again. So, you know, he gets shared on the group. And I don't know who's dating this guy. And then somebody says in response, the first comment is cat sex. What the hell is that about? I was thinking this was a code word for something else. I sure hope it's because it's not. And that's disgusting. There he is. So Eric is so stupid. And he gets he responds to this. Now wait till you hear this take. Okay, let's pull this up. This is his response video.
Turtleboy has done it again. He published another blog on me talking about myself and some guy, Mike Fucci, and he went ahead and said that I apparently was published in a Facebook group anonymously because someone had said that they were talking about me on a dating site and there was red flags. So just to be clear, he thinks that screenshot that I shared, that it's fake. That's his premise here, is that he believes that screenshot is fake, that nobody actually who would ever post something about him? He's not creepy at all. I'm the creep. I'm the fake whatever. And he's a real sleuth, this guy. He's going to get to the bottom of it. Unfortunately, a lot of his followers that just eat this stuff up didn't really put two and two together, like the fact that apparently on this Facebook group for people that were dating guys with red flags, I was posted 10 hours ago. Mike Fucci was posted 1 hour ago. Oh my God. Oh my God. So he thinks that he's like, sure, this is a big coincidence that I get posted about right before Mike Fucci gets posted about, because on the screenshot, it says 10 hours ago, right? And on the Fucci one, it says like 1 hour ago. Apparently our genius sleuth here doesn't understand that if somebody, suppose that screenshot was sent to me a few weeks ago, Eric, which it was. That screenshot is about 3 weeks old. It was sent to me. And at the time, it said 10 hours ago. So it was 10 hours ago, 3 weeks ago. But now it's 3 weeks ago and 10 hours ago. So that's how screenshots work, Mr. Skip Tracer sleuth here.
Like this is so stupid. Like this. I wish better people came at me. I wish smarter people came at me. At least they're amusing, huh? But I love how, like, yeah, like this guy could basically be Krusty Panty's private investigator. That's what we're dealing with here. Look how serious he is too. Look at that face. And I love the Dr. Dre in the background.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
Two guys that Turtleboy has done articles on appear within 9 or 10 hours from each other on a Facebook group anonymously.
Yes.
And that's believable. But, you know, what am I saying? We shouldn't question Turtleboy. He does say that he is an award-winning journalist.
I am.
Haven't seen these awards, but apparently he is. Well, Turtleboy.
You know who has my award? Oh, Bret Killoran accepted my awards for me back in my anonymity days. Fucking you were scared to come out. That's how anonymity works, Bret. That's how anonymity works. I don't know if you understand what that word means. I know it's got a lot of syllables and you probably didn't graduate from high school. So that's what that word means. But back to the blog. Of course, the main prize in this. So this group's cool because it's like, you know, it's an interesting concept that you get to, you know, save women from other creeps. I get that. But it's basically like a Turtleboy database. Like man after man is being shared on here. It's like, oh, he was on Turtleboy. And of course, this guy gets shared this week. He's back, baby. It was really only a matter of time until Mike Fucci came back, isn't it? There he is. So this is what it says. Started talking to Mike from Waltham about he's telling people he's from Waltham. He lives in Newton at his wife's parents' house. Does anyone have any tea? Yes. Oh, girl, we have all the tea. All the king's tea. I could be wrong, but it looks like Mike Fucci, who Turtleboy writes about a lot. He is married if it's him. I think in the same thing. I scroll back to the blogs about him and he's trying to compare pictures. That's definitely him. Oh, man, I would read all the Turtleboy stories on him. Be careful. It's the same guy. Read Turtleboy. She goes, I had no idea he was married and lied about cancer. I found him on Facebook dating. This is 3 weeks ago, dude. I had court with him 4 weeks ago. He took 1 week off. He took 1 week off after making his wife go to court with him and humiliating her again. And just a reminder, Mike Fucci does not work, does not have any money. He's hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt to various people, including a child who he doesn't pay child support to. And what's his number one priority right now? Finding new bitches, finding new side hoes to cheat on his wife war with. I don't know what's more remarkable about the Mike Fucci story. The fact that a guy like this, a fat piece of shit, lying, useless slug with nothing to offer, gets all this pussy. Or the fact that he has a woman with a college degree, which is Stonehill College, and a good job, who puts up with it. Like, that's the crazier part to me, is his wife. That's wild. Wild. Oh my God. I believed he had cancer because he has no eyebrows. Oh my God. Like, this is why Turtleboy is a good thing, by the way. Like, you can say what you want about us, but this is why Turtleboy is a good thing, because we save people from this shit. Like, that woman would have been his next victim. No doubt about it. And by the way, he sent this to Alana, the most recent ex-girlfriend, who found out that he's married and has a love child that he never sees, and was confronted by that woman as well. And I met her. She came on the show. People were mean to her. And she says, this is what the email that he sends her. He says, I am in the process of writing another book and I'm legally obligated. Who told you your lawyer there, Mike? I'm legally obligated to let you know that you will be named by name in the book. I'm legal. So he's not done tormenting this woman. He's like, basically, I'm going to write a book about you too, bitch. And I'm legally obligated. First of all, you're not legally obligated. You're just looking for an excuse to talk to this woman. The children's names will be changed to protect the innocent. Have a great day. Like he learned nothing from that. He learned absolutely freaking nothing for that. Now, I did get some people in my inbox, a woman who was like mad about this. Like, and they were on the page. There's a lot of people on the page. Actually, let's just go to the page, shall we? Let's go to my Facebook page and see what people are saying about this. Okay. And this is not to like shit on anyone. We're just going to discuss the things people are saying. So this girl writes, if you, she says, if you can, please don't bring public attention to this group. This group stop right there. Please don't bring public attention to this group that has nationwide 1.4 million members and various chapters around the country. Thousands of, like, you know how many people sent me this? Mike Fucci goes up on a, is this your man dating Facebook group? You don't think 1 million people are going to send that to me? Like, you can't have a Facebook group with thousands of women in Boston and Cambridge and not have like half of them be turtle riders. That's just a fact. So of course they all send it to me. This idea that this is going to be private. It's just like, what planet are you on? We're private Facebook group? You can't have a private Facebook group with 3 people. So he goes on. Says, this group keeps women safe from many dangerous men and public exploitation of it risks being shut down. How does that risk being shut down? And like, so it's not public already. Like people don't know about it until I wrote. How are this many people in the group? I understand the need for quality journalism, but exposing these groups puts the women who rely on them at risk. Who's at risk? We saved a woman. Who's at risk? Who's at risk? And by the way, the person who posted it, she's anonymous. She's anonymous. It's a group member. What are you talking about? Shame on whoever shared the screenshots. That's the other thing. I hope they're banned. Like, grow up, please. Like, welcome to the internet. Share, like, that's what people do. Like, I love the people that say you can't screenshot in this group. Yeah, that's the stupidest fucking rule I've ever seen, and it's not enforceable. And you sound like a joke and a boomer even saying that. Stop it. Like, that's embarrassing. Imagine I said that. Guys, if you're going to be on the Turtleboy OnlyFans page, no screenshots. All 25,000 of you. No screenshots allowed. If we find out you've been screenshotting, you're out. We're going to do a mole hunt and figure that out. Okay. Right. Oh, it's like, have these people ever used social media before? I'm like, how is us writing a blog any different from what the page itself is doing? There's literally thousands of people in that group. Did you think someone like Mike Fucci wouldn't find out about your existence? Like, oh, he'll only find out about it's a top secret. Top secret. And people are like, with all due respect, Jess, this is the internet. Nothing is ever private. Nothing women do on this site has any expectation of privacy. Blah, blah, blah. Exactly. I don't know. I don't think social media is for you, honey. Oh, I mean, come on. And you came on here, you got all the laughing emojis. Not good. Not good. Not good. I don't understand. I would think that a group helping people would want publicity so women can learn not to be victims. You're really just Turtleboy light. That's a good point too. Like, your whole page is basically a Turtleboy group with less members. That's all it is. So I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you should worry about your late. Oh, she doesn't even live in Massachusetts. This page says nothing about doing it to keep women safe. It's to see if someone's a cheater. That's a great point. Like, the whole point of that page, keep women safe. It just finds out if guys are scumbags. Like, yeah, that guy's a scumbag. Yeah, like Mike Fucci is a lot of things. but he ain't gonna kill you. He's gonna steal from you and screw you over and maybe impregnate you and promise you a lot of shit that he ain't gonna deliver on. But he's not gonna kill you. He's not that kind of guy. Like, look how they act like this group is like, we're saving women's lives. Bitch, you're just saving them a headache. That's all you're doing. And so am I. I'm helping get the word out. So what's the problem? Like, she messaged me about this too, and I'm like, I don't get what are you talking about? One of the rules of the group is to not share screenshots. Oh, she's not wrong. I totally get why you'd bring it to light, but the group is meant to be safe for women. Okay. Any group that has a rule against sharing screenshots is run by borderline retards who have no idea how the internet works. Time to grow up. Okay? There's that. This dude's bad. Oh, goodness gracious. Stop. Okay. So, this group, by the way, so this one, I might have to do a deep dive into this group because there's more to this group than I found out. And it's run by this woman named Paulo Sanchez. And she has a GoFundMe. She makes a lot of money off of this. Let me bring this up. Like, this is like, remember that Mamas of the South Shore group that South Shore Turtle Girl did a deep dive on in 2017? It reminds me of that. Create a safe platform. So Paulo Sanchez and I created and operate Are We Dating the Same Guy? Red flag awareness groups all across the country where women can empower each other, she says, and keep each other safe from dangerous or toxic men. I started these groups to help solve some of the problems and dangers that me and my friends were experiencing with dating. We hit on a winning formula. We have grown by over 1.4 million. So we've stumbled upon something a lot of women are struggling with. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, 100 groups across the country. We need something better because like their pages got taken down. Oh no, not a face. Like, oh no, not that. Never experienced that before. But I realized that we need more resources. Okay. I've started this GoFundMe to help raise much of the development and operational costs as we can. Operational costs? You run a Facebook group. You're not that important. Like the people that seem to run this group take themselves way more seriously than you should. You run a burn book page. That's all you do. You make fun of creepy men. Okay. That's it. Are we dating the same guy? Like you're trying to catch cheaters. That's all you're doing. Get over yourself. You're not that important. I appreciate all of it. How about this? I guarantee 100% of all money raised will go towards the design and development of an app. Is there an app? Is there an app? It doesn't cost $41,000 to create an app. I absolutely promise that 0% will go in my own pocket. I find that hard to believe. They have an Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. What happens when I click on that? Oh, God. Oh, we need to do a blog on this. This is shady. This is fucking shady. This whole thing is shady. I'm telling you. What's this one? They got a website. Okay. They just ask for your email. So it's an email basically harvesting website. We've looked into Reddit and Discord. It'd be more time consuming to determine that every member joining the group was for sure a real woman and don't have the robust feature set we would want. Okay. I need to do a deep dive into this because this is some chick named Paolo in Brooklyn. Oh no, I'm running my own franchise out here. I'm really important. You're not that important. Okay. Just stop it. It's just funny. It's funny. You're catching guys like Mike Fucci and Eric Neal. It's just funny. It's not that important. Okay. Just get over yourselves. All right. And like I said, it's just Turtleboy Light. That's all you're doing. Okay. Relax. Okay. Let me check the donos if we got any. Okay. We're good there. If anyone else would like to contribute to Turtle Chat, you could click at the link at the top if you want to support the work that we do, and you could donate whatever amount of money, and you can write a message when you do that. I will read it out loud to the class. You can also cash at me at $ Uncle Turtleboy, etc. Now, I feel like let's talk about the protest. Let's watch some of the highlights of the protest in Newton the other day, shall we? I'm telling you, it's Fucci's wife. Okay, so did you guys watch this? I had so much fun. Like, this is peak. I love this. I feel like I found my niche doing stuff like this. I need to do it more often. Felt invigorated after this. Now, my plan was just to go down here and see what's going on. I knew I would be recognized immediately as Turtleboy because I'm wearing a Turtleboy shirt and a Turtleboy hat, and everybody knows who I am. So, and keep in mind, this whole thing is happening because of me, because I found out that Newton North High School is running a drag show for children the last period of the day before vacation yesterday. And I think that's inappropriate because the guy, Missy Steak, the man with fake tits who makes videos bragging about how he can get an erection. His talent is getting an erection despite being on every hormone for transition, whatever, known to mankind. Like, this is the best that we have to offer for the LGBT community. Like, this is, I actually talked to a guy on the way out. He's like, you should consider being kind. I didn't tape this encounter. He's like, you should consider being whatever. And I'm like, let's talk about it, sir. He goes, and he's driving a pickup truck and he's got a dog. He's like, I'm gay. And I'm like, oh, okay. So where do you live in Newton? He's like, yeah. I'm like, so what do you do? What do you do for work? He goes, I own my own landscaping company. So you're a gay guy in Newton who owns his own landscaping company. You're driving a $60,000 truck. You're obviously doing something right. You're successful. So why weren't you invited to the school? That's what I said to him. Like, this is about LGBT, whatever, awareness. Who do you think is a better representation of the community? You or this degenerate dude with fake tits? Like, what is his contribution to society? And what was your contribution to society? It was it is a little Alex Steinish, I guess. Because it seems like you, sir, are what gay kids should aspire to be. I didn't even know you're gay because you're just a dude in a truck who owns a landscaping company. You're kind of like the last person in the world who I would assume was gay. And I think it's cool that you break stereotypes like that. Like, that's cool. You are a contributing member of society. You live in town. You seem to be something that Newton can be proud of. What does this person contribute to society besides debauchery and their own their own narcissism, I guess, their own self-promotion? Like, look at me, I have fake tits. Let me talk about my erection. That's what they contribute. And this whole idea that this is our culture. Since when? That it's the culture of the most ridiculous amongst you. That's what this is. And that's why I'm against pride, is because pride is just a celebration of the worst aspect of LGBT, whatever. They never highlight productive, normal members of society, do they? Never. They just highlight freaks, and they make there are normal gay people out there, but all these people do is highlight freaks. He didn't really know what to say about that. Everything was defensive. He's like, well, how do I know what that person contributes? I go, do you know anything about them? Have you watched any of his videos? No. Well, you should. You should. And I wonder how many people out there like him who are protesting don't know anything about this guy, Missy Steak. Probably most of them. And they just view this because they've been trained to believe that people like me, we just don't like the gays. We don't like the trannies. We don't like any of them. and we just hate them. And that's all this is, just hatred. That's what they've been led to believe. But that's not the case, as we've seen time and time again. So I go down there, and I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what I was going to do. And so I start listening, and I immediately find what my shtick is going to be. My shtick is going to be that we aren't going far enough. Because I'm going to satirize them. I'm going to make them look ridiculous and point out where this is going. So you want, like, it is, like, I just can't wrap my head around this. You think it's normal to have a drag queen show in school. You think this is normal behavior? Like, this is regular. And there were people getting up there giving, like, let's play some of this. Let's play some of this.
And I cannot say this strongly and firmly enough. The way things were was not okay.
Yeah, more drag queens in school. The status quo is not okay. It's not okay to not have drag queens in school. Like, it's not okay. They're literally acting like if we don't have drag queen performances in a high school, open all kids, then it's just that this is the new civil rights moment. That's literally the argument they're making, is that we don't have, every kid should have access to a drag show. Like, so if I was to do this, right, like, let's take this to the logical conclusion, right? So, like, these kids are missing out without drag shows. So why should the kids in Newton North be the only kids to get drag shows in school, right? Every school should have drag shows. All of them. It seems unfair. I mean, you want equity, right? Newton North's predominantly white high school. Why don't the kids in Roxbury have, or Springfield or Holyoke, why don't they have drag shows? Shouldn't they? For equity? Shouldn't we have that? Why are only the white kids getting this? This is essential, right? Like, this is fucking essential to a high school education, is getting a drag show. And so I'm like, shouldn't it be mandatory then? Shouldn't we have a requirement like the MCAS? You cannot graduate from high school without getting a lap dance from some dude who can keep an erection with his fake tits while on a bunch of hormones. And like, oh, dude, they look exactly the same every time. It's just amazing that these freaks control society. The mayor supports this in Newton. The school committee supports this overwhelmingly. And so I immediately figured out, I'm like, oh, I know where I'm going with this. Every kid should have access to this. Like, listen to some things this woman's saying. Yeah.
Turtle, is that you?
That's me.
Son of a gun. How are you?
How's it going, man?
I tweeted you earlier all about this.
Excellent.
I got a bad night. I said I'd get you covered.
Do you know who that is that's speaking?
I don't know, but she loves drag queens in schools. She didn't have any drag queens in schools as a kid, so she's really sad about it.
Think about it and think on it.
Yeah.
All right, let me sit with this and try to understand it. It's not okay that kids who are LGBTQ don't feel safe.
It's not okay that kids who are LGBTQ do not feel safe. In what way do you not? So kids will not feel safe in school, gay kids, unless they have a drag show. That's what you need to feel safe, is a drag show. That's madness. If you are a kid who feels unsafe in school because you don't have access to a drag show, you need serious psychological therapy. Somebody fucked with your head. And you need help, kid. Not a drag show. Right. More drag shows! More drag shows for kids! It's a human right. Drag shows are a human right for kids.
Do you know the Koch brothers group? You know, honey? Do you know where we collect the Koch brothers? I don't know where you're going. But
what do we got going on here? All are welcome here. Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me here. Thank you for welcoming me here. Like, who brings their fucking kid to an event like this, too? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is a highly charged political rally. You know it's going to be contentious. And you bring your freaking kids there? What is wrong with you? Who does that? Leave your goddamn kids at home. These people love to indoctrinate children. Who goes after children? You guys invented going after children. You literally cannot stop forcing drag queens on children. You're obsessed with it. Obsessed with it.
Just what's happening here. This isn't just new to what we are experiencing. We are part of this wider national effort to gain political advantage by attacking the most vulnerable. So look at this incredible crowd. I don't even know if the counter protest. I don't know if there was a protest. I think this is the protest.
We all love drag queens in schools. Love them. Love them. Okay. So let's watch some of the highlights that I clipped here. Some of my favorite parts. So first of all, I love this sign. Just the juxtaposition here of the signs. On one hand, we have teach kids loves, acceptance, creativity, and color. Say no to bigotry. And then conservatives are not welcome in Massachusetts. Be kind or fuck off. So, I mean, very inclusive. Just be kind or fuck off, he says. Very inclusive. So I loved getting lectured by Antifa, but of course, so many people with the masks on. I mean, these people are all mentally ill. There's no other way around it. They're wearing masks still over 3 years later into fucking COVID because they're cowards. And I've seen all the Andy No things, and I want to make it clear. I ain't Andy No. I'm the guy Andy No steals stories from. I'm Andy No's source. I'm the other guy. I will not accept having anyone put hands on me. And if you put hands on me, you're going to get hands back. Like, I'm not, like, they are so used to just, when I watched that Riley Gaines video, of her being cornered and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, these people have never been punched before. I see. This is how they act. And conservatives just like, I think conservatives love to be victims. Andy No loves when Antifa kicks the shit out of him because he can go on Fox News and cry about it and get all this attention and talk about lawsuits and blah, 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 blah. That's what he loves. I have no interest in that. You put hands on me, I'm going to fucking make, you're going to regret it real quick. I'm going to put the fear of God into you, motherfucker. You do it to the wrong person, son. Wrong person. So here we go.
What's your name, sir? What's your name? Do you have a name? What's your name, miss?
I feel like I should probably tell you that in Massachusetts, once you're engaged in a conversation, it's a two-party consent state.
Yes, it is.
So what you're doing is illegal.
Oh, then you better call the cops. Better call the cops. We got another wiretap in charge here, folks.
Like, why is it always wiretapping? It's a two-party consent state. Bitch, have you ever read the statute? It requires secrecy. I know this because literally every ratchet in the world says they're going to get me for wiretapping. So I've read the statute a million fucking times. I've beat it. People have tried to get criminal charges on me multiple times for this. It doesn't work out. It requires secrecy. If I'm holding a fucking camera up, you're acknowledging that you know that you're being recorded. Immediately, oh God. Oh God. So, let's watch the next clip. What do we got here? So here's my first ones. Let's see what happens. My first encounter with Antifa.
Oh, we're going to do one of these. We're doing one of these. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I like that. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
So this guy comes over, right? And he puts his sign in my face. And like, cause I'm standing there and he comes over and he puts the sign. It's like, no. That counts. That counts as putting hands on me. You're not going to put your fucking sign in my face, son. Ain't going to happen. You put your sign in my fucking face, I'm going to rip it in half, motherfucker. Like, these people think that they can just escalate things and we ain't going to do shit back. No. I want to establish that I ain't that guy. I'm from Worcester. You're from Newton. You're fucking baby soft, son. This motherfucker, you think I'm going to be bullied by this nerdlinger? This fucking guy, he's gonna put his sign in front. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Not today, nerdlinger. Let's see what happens.
Encroaching on my territory, sir. Then don't put your sign in front of my face like that, and we won't have to do that, sir. We will all get along, won't we? We will all get along, won't we?
Why don't we
We will all get along. Yes, we will. Excuse me, why do I need to back up? I'll put it wherever I want. Don't touch me. Do not fucking touch me.
So there we go. Like that's when he's just like, don't put the camera in my face, bro. You came over, stood next to me, and put your sign in my face. Don't put my camera in your face. Sign in your face. It's standing right next to me, and I will put it wherever the fuck I want to put it. Like that's what needed to be established right away. Is if you even attempt to put a sign in my face, if you even attempt to stop me from filming, if you even think about putting a finger on me, I will fucking throw you around like a goddamn fucking rag doll. Okay? Because none of these people have ever met anyone like me. Ever. Ever. And they're going to find out that I ain't that guy. I live for this confrontation. If you see me at an event like this and you don't want any trouble, go away. Just walk the other way. Because I'm not that guy. I'm the other guy.
Do not touch me. You're not going to touch me.
Hey, sir. That's what they go. Because they don't fucking touch me. There's kids around, sir. Yeah, that's kind of the problem, isn't it? That's what we're here to protest. The fact that you freaks want to bring children around drag queens and shit. You freaks. Why didn't I throw around? Because I'm not here to catch a charge. And I throw around a couple of these guys, you'll see. What was that? What was that thing you used to keep Richie away? It was a 6-foot drain pipe, and I left it at that protest. I'm so mad. That was like the perfect 6-foot stick.
Yeah, well, tell him to keep your hands off of me. I'm not touching you. This man just assaulted me.
I know that man.
Well, he just touched me.
That is the quote of the. I know that man. Let's just say it one more time.
I know that man.
Well, he just touched me. He touched me. Well, then tell this man to keep his hands off of me. It wasn't until this violent man assaulted me. Look at him. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. You touch me again? Dare you to do it again. I dare you to do it again. Oh, I dare you, son. I dare you. What? Are you okay?
Yeah, next time I'm ripping the fucking mask off your face. Here's another angle.
I'll put it wherever I want. Don't touch me. Do not fucking touch me. Do not touch me. Hey, sir, there's kids around. You're not going to touch me. Yeah, well, tell me around my children. I'm not touching you.
Hey, look at this guy. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
There's kids around. You're not going to touch me. Yeah, well, tell me around my children.
Like, see what I'm saying? Look what he's doing with the sign. Like, he's pushing his sign towards me.
Hey, sir, there's kids around.
So we're standing right there. And now look what he does.
Yeah, well, tell me around my
He like moves the sign forward.
children.
I'm like, dude, get your fucking sign on my face.
This man just assaulted me.
I know that man.
I know that man. I bet you do. I bet you do, dear. That doesn't surprise me at all. At all. Look at this nerdlinger. Next up, what's this one? Oh, this one they took my hat.
You go somewhere else. Nobody wants you.
Oh, we're going to run. Woo! Excuse me. You cannot fucking touch my camera. You cannot assault me ever again.
So this is like when like some bitch took my fucking hat and hit the camera, and that's why it goes out of view. And I immediately fucking pushed the first person I saw. It wasn't a woman, but I will. Like, women know this. If you can catch these hands too, women. I will if you hit me, I'm an equal opportunity fucking defender. I have no problem smacking you in the face. Just understand that. You're not going to put hands on me. Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Here we go. Here we go. What are you going to do?
This guy.
I ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing either.
Yeah? I'm not doing.
Like that guy, I ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. Do you think that guy has any clue what this is even about? Do you think he has any idea who Missy Steak is? No. And that's what I mean. Most people are ill-informed. They don't know anything about what's even happening. They hide this. They hide this.
Doing anything. I'm standing there and you're assaulting me.
You're trying to intimidate children. You're trying to intimidate
Are you a child,
children.
sir? Are you a child, sir? Are you a child, sir? Are you a child?
Okay, 13 Kings. Let's stop this right now. Let's be very clear. If a woman puts hands on you, some strange woman comes up to you and hits you, she gonna catch hands. Okay? I'm not alone. Let's take a vote right now, guys. If a woman hits a man, does a man have the right to hit her back? Oh, like I don't know what, like, unless it's like maybe your wife or some shit. Like if a strange woman comes up to you in public and hits you, you don't. No. You're catching these hands. Period. Restrain her. Stop it. Restrain her. No. Even the women are like, yeah, you can catch some hands. Stop it. Equality. Restrain her. You could just send women after you and be like, oh, I gotta accept getting smacked in the face. Nope. Plus, what is a woman? What is a woman? Like, I'm sorry, if a woman comes up to you and smacks you, I'm gonna toss her. I'm not gonna punch her or anything like that. I'm gonna toss her. I'm gonna throw her away. Period. Stop it. Anyway, let's play some more.
Child, sir. Look at those teeth. Look at those. Look at that. He's so mad. He's so mad. Ooh. Okay, time out. I need a breather. I need a breather. Oh, yeah. Oh, we think I'm scared of you, punk boy? You think I'm scared of you, boy? You think I'm scared of you, cupcake? You think I'm scared of you, cupcake? Don't put your property on me.
So, like, this is the kind of like this. Like, watch what this guy tries to do here. Like they keep putting this. They keep putting. And like, dude, don't put your flag in my face. I'm gonna fucking.
Don't touch our property, sir.
Don't touch my property that I'm putting in your face.
Don't put your property on me, then, sir.
Like, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He like, look at him shake. He steps up to me like he's a hardo. Watch this. He like steps up to me. I put the camera in his face. Immediately runs away. Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh yeah. What are you gonna do? Nothing. Yell at each other.
Nothing. That's what's gonna happen. Anyway, this is the woman that hit my hat too. Look at this freak. Look at that freak. Anyway, tosser is different. You said it was smack her. Okay, I guess smack is the wrong word. I would toss her. I'd push her, and she would fall down. Okay. I would not hit the wife. No, I would not hit a woman. Okay. Agreed. Like not familial. I would not hit I would restrain if it was like my sister or somebody like that. I would restrain them. But if a stranger comes up to you and hits you in public, I wouldn't deck them, obviously, or smack them. I guess smack is the wrong word. I would push them. That's what I would do. I'd push them over. That's what I would do. I would let them know that, like, there's going to be a risk involved here. Okay. This is an equity thing. That's what we're dealing with here. What else we got? What's this one?
I don't want to get the gender wrong.
This one.
Hey, whatever. I have a better idea. How about I just say whatever I want and you deal with it? Because that's how the First Amendment works, sweetheart. There we go.
Boom, roasted. Yeah, these people are like, can you be quiet? Nope, definitely not going to do that. Definitely not going to do that. Oh, here's the best part. When I found someone that agreed with my take on kindergarten.
Hey, yours was too. My childhood was stolen from me. I want it back. I want it back.
Yeah, I want our freedom back.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, mandatory drag shows in schools.
But it's good.
Like, to what grade, though? Kindergarten too? Thank you. I finally found someone.
Yep.
I finally found.
She literally, I got a person to say that we should have kindergarten drag shows. Oh, no, we would never do that. The slippery slope. No, that's all fake. Meanwhile, this chick's like, yeah, the purple. Just find someone with purple hair. That will be tomorrow. Like, this doesn't stop at high schools. Doesn't stop at high schools.
Finally found the purple hair one. So kindergarten drag shows on record right there. It's my kindergarten. The kindergarten drag shows. There she goes. Kindergarten drag. I'm the dumb one here. I, ma'am, or sir, I apologize. They, them, am the dumb one here.
Okay, so there she is, in all her glory. Oh, trying to go. I was gonna go under this guy's legs, but there was just too much risk involved there, and I didn't feel like doing it. By the way, I love how I screenshot the screen. It's a black woman commenting on my page during the show. She just says, "What's her comment say?" Char Love says, "Whole lot of napkin people." I love how that was the screen grab on that. Oh, napkin people, she calls them because they're white. A whole lot of napkin people. Love it. Okay. What else? There's the Newton police. Yeah, the Newton cops knew who I was. This guy tries to copyright strike me. Blah blah blah. The Michael Jackson joke, that was a good one. Another Antifa chick made the mistake of attempting to dunk on me for my. Oh, how about this one? This was great. This woman. This is why you shouldn't get your news from crusty panties, because it could end up like this.
Proof of drag shows for children, would he not?
Oh yeah.
Totally.
Would he approve of the teenage girl that took out a restraining order against you?
Oh, what order? I don't know any orders. I don't got any orders on me. I beat orders, actually. I beat orders because what's my record in court, baby? Undefeated. Undefeated. And I always show up. People online talk, where's Brian Riccio? I thought he was going to
where is Brian Riccio?
I thought they were going to beat me up. Nobody's ever going to beat me up. I tell you, come on, nobody wants to punch me. Everyone always telling me online, kick your ass, Turtleboy.
I mean, it's true. It's true. How come nobody ever beats me up in public? I'm waiting to get beat up. I gave Jamie Schramm a free hit. He declined. That was his chance. This woman is so upset. Oh, God, look at them all. I miss my friends already. I miss them already. So that was fun. That was a fun night. We'll do it again sometime soon. But anyway, let's talk about the last thing. Let me just check the donos real quick. I don't want to miss anyone. We've got a couple turtle chats here to read off. Jayco sends $20. Says, for fighting groomers in Newton, keeping Fucci and Catfucker honest, and calling out racist liars. Yes, that's what we do, Jayco. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. Martha sends $25 and says, you the man, Turtleboy. I agree with that one. Thank you very much, Martha. You the man, you the woman too, whatever. Okay. Anyway, first thing I want to hit on, right, is so I got to talk about the swatting thing. Let's talk about that now. So first thing I want to correct myself. So I went on a Cash App, $7 £7 sends $7 and says 7 triggers people. Fuck Tonic. Ooh, shots fired there. Shots fired. Anyway, what if Dump Truck? Oh, if Dump Truck she can catch them hands if she wanted to get it, but she would never. I mean, Dump Truck is too scared to even show up to court to support her new best friend who gives her attention. Dump Truck is more scared of me than anyone. She would never show up where I'm at, ever. She showed up for 5 seconds with Irish Demon because he was there to dump a load in her, and then she got the fuck out of there like 5 seconds after I got there. But anyway, Bret says I owe him. Oh, so Bret thinks that he's doxxed. Bret, I think I said $500 if he could come up with a list of all my Turtle Club people. So what he doesn't realize is, so during the live show, you can see active Turtle Club members on there, right? What that is a list of, Bret, is the list of people who are at that particular level. There's 3 levels of Turtle Club. That's the $15 level. There's also the $20 level and the $10 level. So you didn't get them all. There's a lot more people than that. But anyway, nice try. So yeah, I figured it out. It's right on there. And by the way, to get access to those somebody had to pay. So you paid me to find that out. So I went anyway. So there we go. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about. So I went on. I do want to make a correction. So I went on. There's a community person who goes by Shiva. He's from the UK. I don't know much about this guy, but he was talking about this last night, and he was condemning Zach Marten for what he did, and he destroyed him. It was great, and I really appreciated hearing that. And so and another guy by the name of Andrew Brame, I think that's his name. What do they call him? I forget I hate the community names, whatever his name is. Dramadome. And he called him out too for what Zach Marten did to me. And so I go on there last night, and the first thing, obviously, a lot of people compare this to the Bret thing. So I did a wellness check on Bret 9 months ago. They say, well, you did a wellness check on Bret. And so that was 9 months ago. And does anybody have the audio of that? I probably have it. Let me pull up TV Daily News, Bret Killer in. I want to address that. Let's pull up the audio of the Bret Killer in. Why I called police that night. Not that night, the next day. So this was during one of his streams. He played this. Just listen to this audio if you haven't heard it.
I swear to God, I got a fucking gun in my mouth.
I swear to God, I got a fucking gun in my mouth. You want to hear that again? Listen again. So he's drunk. He's like having one of his shows, like, feel bad for me. I'm crying, all this stuff. And listen what he says here.
I swear to God, I got a fucking gun in my mouth.
I swear to God, I'm going to put a fucking gun in my mouth, he says. I swear to God, I'm going to put a fucking gun in my mouth. Bret talks all the time about how he owns guns. He posts pictures of his guns, or what looks like guns, on social media. So there's either one or two options here. Either Bret is a legitimate gun owner who is talking about putting a gun in his mouth, or Bret is a drama queen who wants to make you think that he is that kind of person. I don't know. And I know, what does everyone always say when somebody kills himself, right? A lot of people, I wish I took it more seriously. Like, I didn't think he was serious. I didn't think they were actually going to do it. I should have done a wellness check. Better safe than sorry. And you're right. It's not even fucking comparable. And we're going to talk about why in 1 second. So I got a fucking gun in my mouth. Listen to this. Oh, we already missed it. Hold on one more time.
I swear to God, I got a fucking gun in my mouth.
There it is. What was that supposed to sound like? And there he is, like this picture. Like, he loves to be like, I'm this like angry, depressed guy who just sits and I'm fucking crazy. I'm robbery charges. And I'm sitting there with a fucking gun. Like, that's this image that he's portraying. Okay. So you either are that guy or you're full of shit. Which one is it? And I don't know the answer to that one. I don't know the answer to that one. So I message him and I forgot. So I went on last night on Shiva's and I said that I texted Bret and I didn't hear back from him. And that is the reason that I called. That was wrong. That was incorrect. It's been 9 fucking months since this was happened. So I do want to correct the record. That is not what happened. So let's review exactly what happened here. And by the way, this matters because you can't compare the two. I have not said anything like that at all. I have never said I want to put a fucking gun in my mouth and pretended to soft fire. That never happened. The call on me was completely fucking just to fuck with me. What they considered to be a prank. With Bret, that was legitimate. Okay? This guy has mental health issues. He's fucked up, obviously. And so I said, so I find out about a lot of people. Some people have said, well, you didn't call till the next day. Well, I don't listen to you live, Bret. I can't listen to 5 hours of you talking. No one can. And so I message him the next day when I hear about this. And I go, this is the messages. I said, I heard you mention the gun in your mouth too. Should I call the cops to do a wellness check? Or were you just making up lies for attention again? All he has to say is no, I'm not suicidal. Like, that's all I need to hear from you is I'm not suicidal. Like, how fucking hard is it to say that? But he can't say it because if he admits to me that he's not suicidal, he's going to be like, his pride is too much. His pride is too much. He's gonna be like, I was pretending, right? It was an act. I'm completely full of shit. And he doesn't have it in him to say that. But you cannot fucking go on YouTube, guys, and pretend to put a fucking gun in your mouth and say you have a gun in your mouth and that you want to kill yourself. That is what he was going for. And fuck all of you have a problem with that. You can't fucking go on YouTube and be like, I put this fucking gun in my mouth. And you heard him. He sounds like depressed. He was crying that episode. He was drunk. You have every fucking right to be concerned about someone like that. And it's fucked up if you're not actually suicidal and you're doing shit like that. That's even more fucked up. So I need to know. And so all I need to know, Bret, is, should I call the cops to do a wellness check? Are you okay? And all he has to say is, I'm fine. That's it. Just say I'm fine and walk away. He can't do that. Instead, he writes, poor AIDS land. For someone you claim is irrelevant, you should care a lot of me. You just want my dick. I go, no, I'm just making sure you're okay. Should I call the cops for a wellness check? You said you were going to stick your gun in your mouth. Is that true? Do your worst, sweetie, and I'll reciprocate. Try harder, fuck punk. Dude, I go, well, I'll take that as a serious statement. I'm calling the police. At this point, he could be like, no, I'm fine. Don't call the police. Don't waste their time. At that point, he could say that. I'm actually fine. Instead, he says, I dare you. Reporting fake things is a crime, sugar tits. I go, you said you were going to put a gun in your mouth. Those were your exact words. If I don't report that and you kill yourself, then it's on me. So I need to know right now if you are lying or telling the truth. Are you saying that your threat to put a gun in your mouth was fake? All he has to say is, yep, not real. I'm not actually putting a gun in my mouth. Instead, he says, how about you suck the skin off my balls, kid? LMFAO. Well, since you can't answer, you're leaving me no choice. You're a pathetic little chick, kid. Absolutely fucking pathetic. I said, I'm just worried you own guns and seem unstable. If I don't report you and you shoot up a parade or kill yourself, then I can get in trouble. I also don't want to see anyone get hurt, so I need an answer. I'm not joking. I make it very clear to him, like this isn't a fucking joke to me. This isn't me fucking with you. This is you making credible threats to kill yourself, and you claim to be a gun owner on fucking YouTube. So all you got to do is just tell me you're fine. That's it. But he can't do that. He can't do that. Instead, he goes, fuck your mother, you fake parasite. Look up the law, reporting fake shit the next day. What I go, is it fake? I'm like, are you saying it's fake? Because right now, because you're right. If it's fake, that's against the law. I acknowledge that. Like, if this is not real and I call this in, yeah. So let's not waste the police's time if this isn't real, Bret. But he doesn't have it in him to say it's fake. Instead, he goes, you're fake. Go abuse whoever some more. This is pathetic. Okay, I have no choice. I hope you're okay. Need confirmation. Sorry, man, I have to call. At any point, he can just be like, no, don't call. I'm fine. How many fucking chances did I give him to say I'm okay? And he can't do it because he has too much pride. Because saying he's okay is an admittance that he is completely full of shit. And that whole fucking crying act was all fake. And this whole, I'm suicidal and I got a broomstick up my ass and blah, 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 blah. It's all a lie. Everything about him is a fucking lie. The I'm a gangster criminal thing. Bret, your last charge was in 1988 for defacing a gravestone. And can we talk about that? Why were you defacing gravestones in 1988? What is wrong with you? 1988. Well, I'll show them our history. We'll see who's okay. Okay, well, I did. I sent the police that tape. So I called the Lewiston police. And I go, I don't know if this guy's full of shit or not. I made sure I said that to him. I have no idea if this guy's full of shit or not. But here's the tape. You do what you want with it. I go, he's a gun owner. You do what you want with this. That's it. And I go, he goes, fuck you, kid. Play your games. I go, this isn't a game. Maybe it is to you, because that's what it comes down to. Like, apparently you don't take this seriously, but I do. Maybe, like, do you think this is a fucking joke? Like, this dude fucking pretend. Can we just talk about how fucking insane that is? Now, in hindsight, this motherfucker pretended to put a gun in his mouth and dry fire on YouTube while pretending to be suicidal. We now know it to be fucking fake. At the time, I did not know. Can we talk about how fucking crazy that is? How abnormal that is to do? To pretend to put a fucking gun in your mouth and dry fire for pity and for attention. And so people will tell him, no, Bret, you're a good person. We need you. That's all that was. A desperate plea for attention. That is not on me, dude. That's on you. You fucking child. You absolute fucking child. So, anyway. So there's that. So that's that background. So let's be very clear. All the people making that relation know. So Bret, just to compare the two situations here, it was a lighter. He didn't say it was lighter, did he? He said it was a gun. But I guess I'm supposed to know it's a fucking lighter. I'm just supposed to fucking know. He could have said that at any point to me. Actually, that was a lighter. Actually, I don't own guns. I don't fucking know. So apparently the cops went over there that afternoon, not in the middle of the night. The call on Bret was legitimate. It was based on audio and fucking sporadic behavior. It was legitimate. There's also no kids in this house. The ones about me were based on nothing. Literally fucking nothing. I've given no indications that I'm suicidal, that I'm like trying to kill myself. I've said before that I don't, well, oh, you said back here you don't trust yourself with a gun. I don't. I thank God I didn't own a gun. I thank God that I did not have a gun Wednesday night because I don't trust myself with it. Okay. Not just to hurt me. What if I fucking shot? What if I so when I get that knock on the door, so like, let's just be very clear about that. If you're bringing up that analogy, you're a literal fucking retard and none of your opinions on anything matter because you're not a serious person. Okay. I'm like reading the comments. Hopefully everyone's okay. Jay Hill wants to call in. They can call in, but use logic here. If Turtleboy dry fires or sounds like it indicates he has a gun in his mouth, then yeah, someone's going to call. Like that's what Bret was going for, right? Like he wants to be taken seriously. I guess that's what it's like. Like he's like a lot like Cullen. Yeah. Like Bret wants to be taken seriously. Just not too seriously. Like he wants you to think he's like this deeply fucking troubled man, grizzled dude with a past and blah, blah, blah. He wants you to believe that, but like, don't believe it too much. Like, don't go like really worried. You know what I mean? Like he wants you to believe it just to like give him attention, but he doesn't want you to like go all the way. Yeah. So I called a day later. Everybody brings that up too. I called a day later because I heard it a day later. Right. And just because you were suicidal yesterday, but you're not today. So you're fixed. You're just fixed. You're all better now. Okay. Anyway, so that's stupid. So anyway, so I get the call at my house so let's just go through that day. So I did it all on a blog here. And I thought about blogging about this, but I was just so fucked up on Thursday from this whole thing that I'm like, I have to talk about it because I have to explain to people why I can't. I'm like, I was really fucking rattled by this, man. So I get awoken at 2:00. So let's start from the beginning. At 5:00, I receive a call from an unknown woman who's been harassing me using burner numbers for over a year. Usually I just let this woman talk after telling her she's being recorded so that I can document it. Now, this woman, this is part of a 7-minute message. Like, I heard Bret struggle with this one talking about it. He's like, why does it say blah, blah, blah on it? Okay. Why does it say blah, blah, blah on it? So this number, who is it? What is this number that keeps calling me? Do I need to block them? Because they're texting me too. They texted me. Oh, it's stupid Jamie Schramm. Jamie, go away. Nobody wants to talk to you. Okay. We're blocking you, Jamie. I told you to stop calling me. Maybe you can call. Maybe you can come in at the end, Jamie, but I'm going to block you on here because you're annoying. Anyway, so stupid Bret sees that this is like a 7-minute voice. Like, he doesn't get it. I listened to him play this. He didn't understand what it was. He said, wait a minute. Why does it say 7 minutes? Is that the time? No, Bret. It means I clipped part of a 7-minute video. That's what it means. Okay. Boomer. So let's play this clip.
To people in I don't even know what state it was, some crack or meth addict in Oklahoma, something like that. Are you still sending nude pictures of your children's peckers to people? Aidan, huh?
I get calls from this woman all the time.
On the blog, but you're quiet as fuck on the phone, huh? Not so tough when you don't have your riders around. You still buying like 400 Adderall pills a month? How about that dialysis? How's that working for you?
Yeah, so I just get messages from this woman. She harasses me, and yeah, okay. I did, like, she's like, we're gonna get you on wiretapping. I thought about it afterwards. Go for it. Go press charges. Go for it. Go file a charge. That's gonna require you to use your real name, which you're not gonna do. So I'm calling your bluff on that one. We're doing a little game of chicken here, aren't we? I dare you to do it. Dare you.
Turtle. I like turtles. Are you gonna talk?
She does this all the time.
Hello?
Hello?
She called me like
Hi, Turtle.
10 times during the last live show. I have no idea who this person was. So she told me that she runs so she called me like on Monday night, I think, or no, I think it was after the live show on Sunday. And I actually spoke to her on the phone for 45 minutes. And she's like, I want to talk about, I don't know why I talked to this person, but I just wanted to, I like to, like, what is your deal? You know, so let's talk. Who are you? You obviously watch every show. And I thought we, it was like with Irish Demon. I'm like, well, I thought the conversation was positive. And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to stop now. She's like, I run the accountability for Vermont on YouTube. That's my YouTube name. And I run the Elon Musk Twitter account that trolls you and some other Facebook page. And this woman is clearly just obsessed with me. Now, she claims she lives in Vermont. Could all be a lie. I don't fucking know. She said her name was Victoria Godding. I don't fucking know if any of that's true. Who knows if she's dumb enough to do that. And let's just play some more. Let's play this one. So she just calls me all the time.
I want to know how many people you killed, and I want you to go to the judge and tell them, because we have the feds watching. I'm going to be a witness in the trial. I'm sure you were there on Wednesday, so.
Okay, Shannon.
Well, just give it up. Why did you do it, Turtle? Eddie, Tyrone, what? Like, so.
All right. So she sounds normal. Now, does anyone have any idea who this woman is? I have no idea who this woman is. I thought it was Shannon at first. It's definitely not Shannon. Definitely not Shannon. How about this one?
Have you thought about like getting a hobby? I mean, this is unhealthy behavior to just constantly call me like this.
I do have hobbies. I consider us friends in a way.
We're not. So you're bothering me. You're harassing me. I don't know who you are. Your name? You say your name is Veronica?
Victoria. I'll call you on my real number from now on if you want to be friends. I think you need a friend.
What's your last name?
Godding, Goding.
And you work for
look me up.
you work for a census?
Yes.
And where do you live in Vermont?
In Rutland County. I won't give you the exact town, but near Rutland.
It's not
Okay.
Rashana.
And this is how you spend your free time, just harassing a stranger.
She calls me all the time.
I want to help.
No, I'm telling you right now, I don't want your help. I don't need your help, and I'd appreciate it if you'd stop calling me.
A few years ago, when you and Bret were doing your thing, the show was so good. I've just noticed it's train wreck now.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're free to not.
It's like, so that I kept that part in it because I just want to let the world know, like, that is how crazy you have to be to think that the show was better with Bret. Like that right there is the voice of the I miss Bret crowd. Like, so that's why I kept that part in there. Cause it's like, you have to be like, only this woman's obviously a psychopath and only a psychopath could have that opinion. So there you go. So that's who you got, Bret. That's your kind of, that's who you got left. So she called me around, I don't know, that call was around 4:00 or maybe around 4:30. Then around 4:50, I get another call from her and it's this.
Hello.
Hey, this is the last time I'm calling you. I just want to say I'm sorry.
For what?
For what I said. It wasn't right. I don't know you. I shouldn't judge you.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that. I don't know. Just for me, I don't know if you care, but I feel bad.
I should give her Lawless's number.
Okay. Well, I appreciate
And
that.
I won't call you again. I won't watch your blogs. I won't engage. You're right. I just probably should stay off the internet.
I don't care if you read the blogs or watch the show. You're more than welcome to. Just please don't call me is all I ask.
Okay. I promise I won't. I'll leave you alone.
All right. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
So, in hindsight now, I know that she made that call because she'd already called police and she knew that the police were on their way. Within 2 minutes after that call, the police knocked on my door. There was a female cop and a male cop. And I asked, like, they did park at the end of my driveway, like on the street. So my two kids were home at this time. This is dinner time. It's like 5:00. And my two kids are downstairs and the fucking police come. And they were respectful enough to not come in the driveway because they probably knew this is bullshit. And they were told that I was suicidal. Suicidal. This is a fucking game to this. That woman called. So I know I have not heard the 911 calls yet. I have put in a records request. I don't know why the fucking police didn't just be like, do you recognize this voice? I feel like they should have asked me that. So we'll just do it I'll just do my own detective work, I guess. And we're going to find out if they said the first voice is female. The second one is male. So I hear that and I'm like my kids are there. And I'm like, I asked the woman I'm like, can I record you? She's like, I don't want to end up on the blog. It's like, well, it doesn't really fucking matter what you want, but I wasn't even planning on showing your face. I just want to document this for myself. And I don't even need to ask. Why am I asking? So I didn't want to like be confrontational with her. So I didn't push the issue, but I kind of wish I did at this point. I'm like, no, I will film wherever and whenever I want. It turns out the Holden Police Department doesn't have body cameras because I met with them on Friday. I met with the town manager, the police chief, the lieutenant, and a detective who was investigating this. And, you know, they did say that like she shouldn't have done that. No, she says she's her version of events is that she asked not to be on the blog. But I'm like, I would have filmed your feet. I just want the audio. But yeah, like it's just crazy how abnormal these people are. Like what? Who is this person? You can shut us up real fast, right? We don't have messages, just like we don't have stuff from Andrew and Teresa. Weird. Okay, so this is a normal person. Okay. Yeah, nobody cares about anything you're saying. So anyway, so that obviously spooks me because like I have to, like, my kids are they're not scared of this at this point. It's 5 o'clock, but they know. I bet this is her. Watch. Hello. Hello, you got nothing to say? Nothing to say? Yeah, didn't think so. They never do. So these people, I mean, they're cowards. This is just, I mean, think of how obsessed you have to be to just dedicate. This is your life, sitting there watching the Turtleboy fucking live show, a show you, I guess, don't like. I don't know. And you're just like, I'm going to call him now. Congratulations. Like, you're a loser. Like, when you die, no one's going to miss you. You have serious mental health issues. Seek help. You're obviously not going to do that. But anyway, so my kids, I have to like tell them, like, why are the police here? They know they're not stupid. They know something's not right here. This is not normal. And I'm just like, oh, they're helping me out with something. Who knows if they believe me or not? Like, it's just like, why do I have to make up a lie to my kids right now about this? So anyway, 6:30, I got a call from this person, Zachary Martens. Now, I've never written about Zachary before. He goes by Tonic on YouTube. He is obsessed with me. He has called me multiple times about my I mean, you guys hear the jerk off video one? Like, listen to this voicemail he left me a while back. I think I've played this before on here, right? Hey, Aidan. Listen to this.
Hey, what's up, Aidan? So this is Tonic. We tried to get a hold of you so you could come on the show. You have an open invitation. I wish you know that. You know, I'm just that nice of a guy. We'd like you to come on and talk about your various jerk-off videos because, I mean, I'm a big fan. I know that for some reason you're against homosexuality, and that's all well and good. You know, I hope that works out for you.
Yeah. So you've heard it. He's like, I've watched it all the time. So this guy's obviously just demented to leave a voicemail like that. Like, I don't know you. We've never had an interaction before, and this is what you're doing. Okay. And so apparently this guy is I don't know how old he is. He's got a girlfriend, I think, from the internet. She's a real prize, obviously. And I hate to bust this girl's, like, I don't want to bust your bubble, girl, but like, you're not going to get married to him, which means you're going to break up at some point. And when you do, he's going to do horrible things to you. You understand that, right? Like, this is a horrible, demented person. And as soon as he's done with you, you're going to be bad. He's going to do horrible things to you. I hope you know that. That's what your future is going to look like. Good luck with that. And again, I've got, like, he lives with his 80-year-old father in Boynton Beach, Florida. They said he works at the Wawa down there. I got the phone number to it. I called it. He doesn't work there. So if he's telling people he works at the Wawa, he doesn't. He's unemployed. And I had no interest in ever writing about this person because he's not relevant enough to write about. Maybe I'll make fun of him a little bit for weird voicemails like that and his obsession with me on my show. I might talk about it a little bit, but certainly not dedicating much time to writing a story about him because he's not interesting enough. He's 33. His dad's 80. Jesus Christ. So this is the voicemail that I got at 6:30 from him. This call is being recorded. Hello?
Yeah, why are you calling 16-year-old girls, you fucking pedophile?
Who's this?
You're a fucking pedo, dude.
Zach, I've asked you.
Fucking pedophile. You're a fucking pedophile. Fucking little kid. You fucking rapist piece of shit, pedophile.
Like, okay. Zach, I've asked you to stop
You're probably
calling.
gonna molest your kids when they get older.
I mean, this is like the kind of shit that's just like, a lot of people would be upset by this, and I'm not. It's just like, this is This is an immature. This is like with Bret. Like this is how Bret acts. You know, like fucking pedophile. You know, it's like you're just being outrageous and ridiculous and trying to say something. It's like with Kate's kid. This is the way Kate's kid was. You know, like you have the congratulations, Zachary. You have the mentality of Kate's 16-year-old daughter. That's basically the kind of things that she said to me in those messages. You're going to rape your kids and your kid's going to suck a dick. And though it's like, you're trying to like make me upset. I don't give a fuck. None of the words out of your mouth are, yeah. And these are the kind of people that Bret wants to associate with. Right. And a Kate, I mean, yeah, obviously she couldn't disavow him. That's her friend. Why would she disavow him? That's her buddy. I guarantee. And we have the emails, Kate, just to let you know, we know about the emails. Just know that we know about the emails. You think there's not snitches? You think someone in your group isn't letting us know? We have the emails. We know who's involved. Stay tuned. So yeah, she had, and we're going to play that clip. Believe me, we are going to play that clip. So this guy, he's just trying to get a rise out of me, and I'm not going to give that to him. All I want to do is go on record to document this in case I want to get an HPO. And I just say, stop calling me. So you need 3 instances of unwanted contact designed to put you in fear. That did put you in fear, which they did on Wednesday night.
They're probably retarded.
Zach Marten, I've asked you to stop calling
Your
me.
kids are retarded. Your kids have alcohol fetal syndrome, you faggot. And your wife's a dumpy bitch. You ain't got shit. You're nobody.
Zach Marten,
You're
I've asked you to stop calling.
Pedophile. Shut up, pedophile.
Zachary, this is harassment.
Shut the fuck up, pedophile. Shut the fuck up, pedophile.
Zachary, don't call me again.
You're going to get a fucking knock on the door here pretty soon. It's going to be pretty funny.
I'm going to get a what? You're going to get a knock on the door. You're going to get a knock on the door. This is an hour and a half after I got the first knock on the door. So now I know that obviously he's working with the first woman who called, which means I'm sure Krusty Panties is like, I know as a fact she's involved in this because I've seen the emails. I know she's involved in this. She could say she's not. She's not going to get in trouble or anything because she's very crafty. She's very crafty at making sure she covers her tracks. But I know she's involved in this. Zach Marten is not didn't just decide to do this on his own out of nowhere. Didn't happen.
You're going to get a knock on the door pretty soon.
From who?
I don't know. You figure it out, bitch.
Is that a threat?
Does it sound like a threat?
Yep.
Knock on the door.
Sounds like a threat to me.
Yeah. Well, take it to court.
What was that?
Take it to court. Yeah, tell the court you're going to get a knock on the door. See what happens.
Zachary, I've asked you to
How
stop
is that
calling
a
me.
threat? Show me where that's a threat.
I've asked you to stop calling me. This is unwanted
No,
contact.
fuck you, pedophile. Fuck you, pedophile.
This is unwanted contact.
Fuck you, pedophile.
Do not call
Fuck
me
you,
again.
Pedophile.
Okay.
Fuck you, pedophile. Kill yourself. Kill yourself, pedophile.
Kill yourself, pedophile. Okay. I mean, this is a literal child we're dealing with. So, multiple people. So basically, I get a knock on my door at 2 a.m. And I want to be very clear about the details of this because a lot of people, and I'll even tell you the setup of my fucking house, how this works. So there's no fucking discrepancy here. And like anybody, by the way, can just go and pull the police logs. Like it's all, they keep track of everything. You can get them. I'm going to get the 911 tapes. We're going to have those too. So obviously I'd be fucking crazy to make up a story like this. And you'll see, you're going to feel very fucking stupid. Anyway, I get the, 2 o'clock comes around. So here's my night. I get at 12:26, I think, like that, something like that. I get another message from Tonic. Do I have that fucking message? Another voicemail from Tonic about Rue. So let me see if I can play that one for you guys because you need to understand the progression of how this happened. What time is this? 6:26. This one. Okay. So this one is at 12:22 a.m. Tonic once again.
This land's recorded.
one cares. So, can you tell me about the Ruru article on her brother?
I asked you not to call me, Zach. This is two times now. Do not call me again.
I don't care. So, I'll do something about it. So, what about this article about Ruru's
I'm going to
brother?
go do that. Thanks. Bye.
Do something about it. Yeah. I don't care. It's like, yeah, I told you to stop calling me. I don't care. I'm going to keep calling you. That was smart. That was smart. So we got him there. That happens at 12:22. I pass out shortly thereafter. 1:22 comes. I get a call from him again at 1:22 in the morning, and obviously I don't answer. And then he obviously gets upset about this, and then 1:30 comes around, and he decides to post a video on YouTube. This is the video that he posts at 1:30 in the morning.
Hey everybody, Tonic here from Tonic and Sales. Well, I've got some grave information, and it really sucks to report something like this, but I guess Aidan Kearney, or Turtleboy, is more well known, is actually threatening to kill himself. You know, I wouldn't want to see this happen. I know there's plenty of other people that wouldn't want to see this.
So this is immediately the difference between the situation with when I did the wellness check on Bret and when he did the wellness check on me. That's just a lie. I never made any threats to kill myself. The other girl who called said the same thing to me on the phone. Oh, you're making threats to kill yourself. Nope. That's a lie. I'm not making any threats to kill myself. I'm very clear. When I gave Bret a chance to say, no, I'm not actually suicidal. I gave him like 100 chances. He refused to do it. He refused to do it. I made it very clear. I am not suicidal. I am not threatening to kill myself at all. And he's just making it up. Making it up. And just listen to the way this person talks and how insane this person is. Like how damaged you have to be as an individual to be this fucking insane.
It's happened. I mean, it could get very bad very quickly. So that being said, here's his house here at Holden, Massachusetts.
So he shows all of the inside of my house from like Zillow. You can get all these pictures. Just shows shows pictures of my house. List the address.
Yeah. No, it's, you know, not good. Not good to see someone like this in this kind of condition. It'd be pretty tragic and terrible to see someone hurt themselves. I wouldn't want that. You know, here's this lovely front door inside of his house and everything. Look at that. Look at that. The Turtleboy couch and everything. Yeah, no, this would be tragic. I don't want this man to hurt himself. I don't want him to kill himself. That'd be terrible. Right. So if you guys want to call a wellness check to Holden, Massachusetts,
he said my address there.
I mean, we just need to get this guy some help. Right. So, you know, it's coming from a place of concern. I don't want to see this guy hurt himself. That's it. So, again, that address. So, just thought I'd put that out there.
So again, this is a person who has been welcomed into, you know, like this didn't just happen out of nowhere. This is like their attack dog. Like they use this guy as like, well, just that guy's fucking crazy. We'll get him to do it. Like, this is funny. Of course, Kate Peter is fucking involved in this. Of course she is. How fucking stupid do you have to be to believe that she's not involved in this? That she didn't know he's fucking doing this? Of course she did. Of course she did. She's just smart enough not to do it herself. So she gets this retard to do it. Tonic doesn't even know me. By the way, when Tonic left that message about we're watching you jerk off, he was on a panel with Kate while that was happening. He posted about me 12 times yesterday. Wouldn't know. Wouldn't fucking know. Wouldn't know. So that is a fucking insane video, obviously. And then around 12, so that happens at 1:30. He calls me at 1:52. Obviously, I don't answer because I'm sleeping. 2 o'clock comes around. I fell asleep sitting on the couch. Okay, it's a really comfortable couch. We've all seen the video. And I'm sitting on the couch, and I I just dozed off. It wasn't the deepest slumber in the world. And I wake up. I don't know how long the knocking was going on for, but it was like strobe lights in my house. Okay. It was like strobe lights. I could see the flashlight going everywhere. And it could probably see my feet because my feet were on the coffee table. And I hear a little, like a little, it sounded like raindrops or something, like on the door. It was the faintest knock. And it sounded like a burglar. Okay. It sounded like a burglar. I hear movement upstairs because I'm downstairs. And one of my children has awoken. And her mother is fucking going into her room, closing the door because she's worried and she's scared. Because her room is in the front of the house. Now, I've heard some of these retards say, he said he was downstairs and they're upstairs. I was, stupid. Okay? Her room is in the front of the house on the second floor. So when the police get there, they're shining their flashlights everywhere. And she sees the flashlights. My son wouldn't have been able to see the flashlights because his room's in the back of the house. You fucking retards. You internet detectives out there who are like, actually, he said this. Yeah. She can see the flashlights because they're in the front of the house and her room's in the front. So she's obviously startled by this. It's a fucking school night. It's 2 a.m. We don't know what the fuck's going on. And I've been pretty vocal about the fact that I'm not a gun owner. Everyone's always telling me, get your LTC. Dude, this is exactly why I don't want a gun. So I'm worried. Because I don't think of what fucking could have gone wrong. I don't know this is a police officer. I think it's a fucking burglar because I wish the police just banged on the door. Because they were trying, the Holden police, they tried to be, they knew this was bullshit and they wanted to be like, not alarm me. You know what I mean? And so they're trying to be, but it freaked me out even more. So I pick up a glass. I have like a glass, it's like a glass. I used the word mug before, but it's just a glass. Okay. And it's like, I was drinking water out of it before I went to bed. And so I'm like, it's a first blunt object I see. So my plan is open the door and smash whoever it is in the face before they can enter my home. Because clearly that's what they're here to do. They wouldn't come this far and not try to fucking get into the house. Okay? So I figured that is what's happening right now. And my plan is to hit the person with the glass. Thank God I didn't. Thank God that we have 2 glass panes on the side of my front door in which I can see a badge and I could hear a radio. So I know this is police again. Because if I did not have those glass panes on the side of my door, my plan was to open the door and smash who was ever on the side of it over the head with a fucking glass. That was what I was going to do. That was my plan of self-defense in my fucking house. If I had a gun, my plan would have been shoot them. And I was startled and fucking nervous. And that's why I don't own a gun. Everyone's like, oh, you should own a gun. You should own a gun. No, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I really shouldn't. Because I'm much more likely to fucking hurt an innocent person with that gun than I am a bad guy. That's what I'm not trying to stop anyone else from owning a gun. But I have a right not to own a gun too. Like all these people, like there's a lot of, in this country, there's a lot of like, you have to own a gun. I don't want a gun. I'm all set. I didn't grow up with guns. I have no interest in guns. I'm all for your right to have a gun, but I don't want, like, not owning a gun is also a right. Okay. I don't want a fucking gun. Stop telling me you get an LTC. I don't want a fucking gun. Okay. I'll never use a fucking gun. So anyway, and also like, what did I need it for? It wasn't a burglar. And keep in mind, like, people hate me. There's a lot of people out there. Like, that is obviously one of my worst nightmares. There's someone showing up my fucking house. I'm like, oh, it finally happened. It finally happened, but nope. Nope. It was just a fucking prank. Like, this is funny to this man child. He thinks this is funny. So I open the door, and Officer Consiglio, a good guy, I've met him several times before, and another officer there. And they're like, someone else called. Because he knew about the first call. He's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you, but I'm sorry. We have to come. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. He goes, do you know anybody by the name of Jay Martinez? No, it's just a fake name anyway. And they said, I go, what did they say? They said that you were threatening to kill yourself. Threatening to kill myself. Okay. Obviously, you would think. And so ever since then, I've met with the police chief, and there's a new policy with me. Like, the new policy is basically like, if you're going to call in a wellness check on this dude, you need to say who you are, prove it, and show that he actually said this. I feel like that should have been the policy to begin with. But, yeah, there's that. So that was fucking, like, let's not poo-poo what happened here. That was fucking traumatizing. From, like, fuck with me all you want. But, dude, you could have gotten, obviously, I'm not going to kill whoever it is with a glass. But I could have got myself killed. Like, what do you think the cops are going to do when if I smash one of them with a fucking glass? I could seriously injure them, and they're not just going to be like they're going to shoot me. Like, you could have gotten someone fucking killed. People get killed in swatting incidents all the fucking time. And for the people saying this isn't swatting, it's the fucking definition of swatting. The textbook legal definition of swatting: false threats called into police that triggers a cascade of responses. A criminal harassment tactic of deceiving an emergency service into sending a police or emergency service response to another person's home. That is what swatting is. That is what fucking happened to me. It doesn't mean the actual fucking SWAT team shows up. It doesn't mean actual guns are drawn on you. They have guns. They showed up. They think that I'm going to kill myself. So I'm a threat. I'm not in a right state of mind, right? I'm suicidal. Suicidal people kill people. They do. So of course they're going to take this seriously. Of course they are. They have to. They're police. They're trained for this shit. They can't assume that I'm not. So that was fucking horrifying. Horrifying. I'm not going to like poo-poo this. Oh, he's burning it. No. You know why it was most horrifying? Because my kids were upstairs. Okay? That's why it was most horrifying. Because my fucking kids were upstairs. Anyway, I need to write another book. Seriously. Before we play a couple clips here, let me just get, I'm going to get a drink of water real quick, and I have to use the pisser. So I'm going to let you guys play a video here. I'll be right back. Hold on. What's this one?
Do that to adults like that, honestly. I remember when the fucking girlfriend's roommate reaches out and, oh, you put my street name in a post. And it wasn't like, you couldn't tell it was a street name. It wasn't like it was, I mean, this motherfucker is talking about my kid reading out our whole address and everywhere else that she goes. That's going to make us feel real safe for days. Thanks, stalker. But, even something as simple as that, the roommate reaches out and is like, I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not involved. I'm like, you're right. My bad. Right? Because I'm not out here trying to just wantonly hurt people. Like he wants to destroy me. And he is so dead set on doing it that if he destroys my kids in the process, to him, great. And that's fucking sick. It's fucking sick. Over what? Over YouTube? Get some help. Dude, when I had to get that order, I didn't really have to speak much. The judge reads the affidavit. It's 100% true, everything I put in there, I know he read it out. I'm not going to rehash it, but I don't lie under oath. That's what he does, right? That's not what I do. I'm real careful in making sure that everything is accurate and fair. I didn't even have to testify. Read that shit. It's awful. Judge is like, yep. And he looked me dead in the face and he goes, this guy have mental health issues? And I was like, undoubtedly. Like, I don't understand how he doesn't see this. Cops, judges, school officials. And he goes, this guy have mental health issues? And I was like, undoubtedly. Like, I don't understand how he doesn't see this. Cops, judges, school officials, people on YouTube, people, like, everybody looks at this and at this point is like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's sick. He's sick. It's a whole different level when it's a kid, right? You want to attach all this filth to my kids before they can even fucking vote. What's wrong with you? I'll tell you what would happen if his 16-year-old daughter approached me. And God willing, but need.
Okay, so there's that. She sounds stable. That's a stable person right there for sure. Okay, so all she does is lie. I know, it's so true. Yikes. Okay, so I was sent one video here I want to play, apparently, that was just sent to me. Play this. So this is apparently Tonic's dad. This is Tonic's. Oh, no need to make that full screen. Share screen. Tonic's dad leashes out. Person who sent this says that this is Tonic's dad grabbing him when the cops showed up once. Let's see what happens here.
Tend to stay towards more of the troll communities because I don't have to deal with people being like, oh my God, you did this or that. You trolled this person. Da, da, da. You know?
Hey, I want to talk to you. Now listen.
Sorry.
That's his dad.
You get a goddamn job before sundown, or we're shipping you off to military school with a goddamn Finkelstein shit, kid. Son of a bitch.
I mean, let's look at this guy.
All right, I gotta get going. And yeah.
Literally lives with his fucking dad. Like, what a fucking loser. They all do, huh? They all do. So, anyway, I want to play a clip here from there's some guy. I don't know anything about this guy. He goes by Shiva on YouTube. And again, I don't know anything about this guy. I've seen people in the comments something about beating up an elderly person. I don't know. I'm not the type to judge people until I get to know who they are. And quite frankly, I don't really need to know about every person or whatever. So anyway, the guy came on. This is like the first time I've listened to this guy before. He's some British bloke and Church of Four is the channel. And he is some British bloke that came on and, was very strongly condemning what this idiot did. It was kind of funny. He's like, fuck off, you fucking moron, you fucking idiot. So she, somebody sends it to me and I start listening and I'm like, I'd like to clear something up. And so I went on and I talked about it and they let me come on and I don't give a shit. Like, I'm like, apparently they don't like me. I don't care. I really don't give a shit. If these people don't like me. It means nothing to me. They're not involved. Like Andrew Brain, I talked to him. First time in my life, I actually talked to this guy. And he, like, to his credit, he was the same way. He's like, this is fucking stupid. Like this, like he disavowed it completely. It's really not that hard to disavow this. It's so fucking simple to just be like, this is fucked up, dude. Like, it's really easy to be like, this is way too far. And they did. Like, people like them are like, I'm done with this guy. I'm done with Tonic, they're saying. So I went on there and he's just like, I still don't like you, Turtleboy. And I'm like, that's fine. Totally agree. Totally agree. That, like, I don't care if you like me. You know, you don't know me. I don't know you. I don't want to get to know you. Like, I write a blog for a living. I think these people don't understand that. It's like, Turtleboy is not a YouTube channel. This is supplemental to the blog. Like, what do we do for the first 3 hours of the show or whatever, 2 hours of the show? We talked about shit I wrote about in blogs, right? Drag queens in Newton and fake race shit and Mike Fucci and all that stuff. Yeah, he kept calling Zach a fuck muppet. That's right. A fuck muppet. So anyway, I appreciated them allowing me to come on and say my piece. And today, of course, Krusty Panties has to go on there because anything I go on, she's like, she does not, her. And so even Bret, he didn't like, he's just like, that's fucked up. He's like, yeah, I don't do that. But me and Tonic are still cool. Like if you're still associating with a person who does something like this, then you're a piece of shit too. Like there's no way around it. At least Andrew Brame and Shiva and these other people in this community are like, I'm done with this motherfucker. Bret couldn't do that. And Krusty Panties could not do that either. So she came on his fucking show. And I'm going to play What Happened Now. Let's listen to it. This was a couple hours ago.
To do. You're talking about her.
No.
Okay, yeah, no. I will. Kate, she did a live stream encouraging people to call CPS on Steph. Come on.
Is that new? That was done to me back in January, completely unfounded. It took me less than a week to get a letter in the mail stating it was bullshit, but this is just par for the course now. People are calling the police on other people.
Merv
Those
disagrees.
people secretly love it because they can scream that they were swatted. I was swatted. My children. Can you the story about this whole swatting thing? That I'm not condoning.
First of all, it's like immediately she's like, oh, this whole I'm my children thing. This is coming from a woman who lost 2 of her children because she neglected them and abused them for several years. And again, don't bring up her kids. Don't bring up her kids. She brings up her kids all the time, all the fucking time. She weaponized her kid against me to try to get an order in court to get blogs taken down about not her daughter, but about her. Because I don't write blogs about Kate's daughter. I write blogs about Kate and things that she has done. And those are the blogs that Kate wanted taken down. And she was so desperate to get them taken down that she had her child contact me and asked to get them taken down. And we had to have a conversation back and forth in which we explained why we weren't going to do that. And then she had her child say the most horrible things about my children. Horrible. I mean, I dare you to read those messages. Oh, Turtleboy shouldn't have contacted her. We didn't. You were talking to admins. You messaged our business page and asked us to make a business decision. That requires a conversation. If a 16-year-old fucking buys something at the store and they're not happy about it, they contact Amazon. Amazon's not going to be like, oh, we can't talk to you. You're 16. That's not how fucking the real world works. Stupid. Anyway, so it's not surprising for her to start with that and say, oh, who cares? She like laughs about the idea. Like, yeah, my kids, my fucking 7-year-old woke up in the middle of the night because the police were at her house for the second time in 8 hours. No child should have to live like that. No child. But she doesn't think it's a big deal because why would she? Think of the shit her kids have been through because of her. It's not a big deal to her.
Condoning the actions. I know Tonic.
I'm not condoning, she says.
He's getting blamed and he seems to be taking credit for it. I'm not sure because I haven't heard any calls, so I don't know definitely who called, but the story is outlandish. My children were hiding.
So as far as I know, Kate, the only thing Tonic's taking credit for was making the video with the information. I don't think anyone's taking credit for the call.
It was a shitty taste of his own medicine because this was done to Bret. It was done to Bret in a much worse way.
It was done to Bret in a worse way. Were there children involved? Did it happen at 2 a.m? Bret actually said he was going to kill himself. I didn't. If you're listening, but I'm the liar. I'm the liar. This woman is a pathological liar. And guess what? Everyone's seeing it now. A lot of people are seeing it. Merb, by the way, Kate, like the whole Merb, I like Kate thing. He doesn't really like you. I don't know if you've picked up on that, but all of his last 8 posts have been him shitting on you. He doesn't actually like you. He just has to say that because he doesn't really want to deal with your fucking troll mafia losers. That's what. That's what.
The police were told in the case of Turtleboy calling on Bret that he had firearms and he was going to shoot himself and possibly the police.
That never happened. I never fucking told. Like, see how she adds shit on? That I called the police and said that Bret was going to kill police. Never said that. Show me where I said that. Never fucking happened. I dare you, Kate. I'll give you fucking $5,000 right now. If you can show anywhere where I said that I called the police and said that Bret was going to shoot the police. Show me that, because that's what you just said. She always lies. Everything this woman says is a fucking lie. All of it.
He didn't hide in a bedroom.
Hours later.
Yeah, I never said I hid in the bedroom.
12 hours of taunting messages beforehand. So
taunting messages. We all read the messages, didn't we, folks? Is that taunting? No. It's fucking giving you a chance to be like, I'm not actually suicidal. Like, are you suicidal? Yes or no? Can you tell me? So I don't have to call the police. No. Thank you, Jay Hill. Thank you. She is pathological. Everything she's saying there is a lie. Everything.
You know, you get a little taste of your medicine back. It doesn't taste so good. You make up a whole story about how your children are traumatized. I mean, by his account of things, I don't know what kind of environment they're living in, but it's like one random pizza delivery away from Waco.
She goes on here and she makes light of this. Like, oh, this is not a big deal. That's what she's saying right there. This is not a big deal. His children, they're not affected. He's lying. He's lying. He said he was upstairs. No, I never said that. I wasn't upstairs. I was downstairs. I could hear movement upstairs. I talked to them afterwards, obviously, about it. I had to comfort my fucking daughter, who was woken up during this traumatic ordeal. If you've never had this happen to you, you have no fucking understanding of what happened there. You did this to a fucking kid. She's coming on here and making... My son slept through it all. Deep sleeper. Not my daughter. But I guess that's just not a big deal. Just making light of it. Making light of it. That's what she's saying.
If you get a knock on the door and your entire family have to hide.
None of
that's ludicrous.
None of that is relevant.
Thank you, Shiva.
Sorry, Kate. It's not relevant that Turtleboy is a cunt. His kids... Look, okay. It isn't fucking relevant. It isn't relevant to the morality of Tonic's actions.
Well, what we're assuming is Tonic.
He made the video. And look, that's the only thing that I'm criticizing for. That's bad enough. He made a video doxing Turtleboy and encouraging people to phone the police. Now, no, you just... It doesn't matter how much of a cunt Turtleboy is. If the police rocked up, that's his family that are being affected. And you know what that is like. Come on.
That's the point. She does know what it's like, because when the police show up at her house, it's because somebody in the house has called the police. It happens a lot. Like in Thanksgiving 2021, when Kate got in a physical fight with her daughter and then blamed the whole thing on her daughter. And her daughter had to spend Thanksgiving in lockup. And she was 14 years old. That happened. Or in September 27th, 2021, when police were called to the house because Kate's boyfriend, Andrew Johnson, pulled a knife on his daughter, and threatened to stab her. That happened. That's why he's being charged with assault and battery on a family member with a dangerous weapon. Oh, but Aidan's a threat to her kid. Not a single... you know why I don't take these people seriously? Because not a single person who thinks that I am such a threat to her kid, has ever said a word about Andrew Johnson or ever asked her, why do you allow this man to still live in your house? He still lives there. Not one of you motherfuckers gives a fuck about that kid's safety. Not one of you, because not one of you has expressed any sort of condemnation about the fact that a child lives in that house. And honestly, the Shiva person, he probably doesn't even know the whole story. He probably doesn't know any of this. He probably doesn't know that Andrew Johnson was arrested on September 27th, 2021. He probably doesn't know that Andrew Johnson was arrested in 2018 for domestic violence against a family member and was convicted. He probably doesn't know that on February 12th, 2022, police were also called to the house because Kate called because he fucking beat the shit out of her at 8 a.m. in front of her 13-year-old son, who told his guidance counselor, according to the police report, that he doesn't feel safe living in that house with Andrew Johnson. And that Kate told police that she was going to get a restraining order on him, and then she never did. She just did that so the police would go away. That's all it was. And that this woman went into a courtroom in Attleboro a few weeks ago, told a bunch of lies that I'm trying to kidnap her child. She actually fucking said that in court, that I'm trying to kidnap her child. Never fucking happened. Ever. She knew none of this happened. She made her kid skip a week's worth of school for this. She made her kid come into the court knowing that she would have to read off the heinous messages that she sent to our business page, threatening to murder my children, threatening to rape them. She had to read them out loud in court. She actually asked the judge, do I have to read this? Kate says yes. She said yes. At that point, she could have just been like, no, you don't have to read this. We're out of here. This order is not going to be granted anyway. Instead, you made the child humiliate herself. The child you care so much about, you made her do that. I didn't make her do any of this. You did that. Merb agrees. Merb is like the only one with a college degree in any of this fucking community who knows what the fuck he's talking about. Play some more.
I choose not to engage in that level of behavior. I do plenty of shitty things.
Oh, right.
I don't like to call the cops. No, I'm not sending the cops to anyone's house.
Kate has called the cops on me more times than I can count. I have emails of her going back and forth with Detective Todd Ventress in January of 2022, in which she's filing a false police report saying I'm sending out videos of child pornography of my own children, and tried to get me busted up with CPS over that. And I cleared that up with detectives, and it was fucking closed. Nothing fucking came of it because none of that obviously happened. Ridiculous. I don't fucking do that. Yes, you do. I mean, the way this woman lies. And you know what? Less and less people by the day are believing her lies. Merb doesn't believe them. You think Shiva believes this shit? Like, how hard is it? Andrew Brame came on there and just condemned it. It's just that fucking easy. Kate came on and made excuses for him. Yeah, he kind of deserves this, getting a taste of his own medicine, because Kate's involved. Obviously, Kate's involved in this, and she approves of this. And what Kate hates about this is, he's being a victim about this. Yeah, Kate, my family was a victim of this. And she can't fucking stand that. And that was Bret's primary objection too. No, you made him a fucking victim. Well, what the fuck do you want? I don't think Bret was involved. I don't think he's fucking smart. Like, I do not think he was involved, but I'm quite sure Kate was.
Because I surely would not like it when it has been done to me. So I agree with you there. But we're all getting a little histrionic about it, don't you think?
No. People have died from welfare checks that have gone wrong, Kate.
Thank you. He's just like, no. And I hope these people are starting to fucking realize who they're dealing with here with this woman. She doesn't think this is a big deal because she's involved.
They've been shot by the police.
I think that's swatting, not so much welfare.
No, welfare checks. I can go and get you a news article right now if you like.
I would actually.
All right, okay.
And then
hang on.
she's like, calls his bluff, and he comes
you lot
back.
carry on talking while I go and find this article.
Like,
well, I guess it comes back to my point about the teams. Like, if one person's shitty and then somebody else shitty does something shitty to them, then everyone's saying, well, why are you defending this person? Well, I'm not defending them. I think they're all dog shit.
Yep. Or why are you only calling out this person?
Yeah. Like, I haven't been in the community for a long time, but I've observed these fuckers for several years, and they're all terrible people. Every one of them.
That's why everyone watches, because we're terrible people. You wouldn't watch good people. That's not fun.
That's
not
true.
Interesting. Oh,
Yeah,
you run your fucking panels about. You wouldn't run your fucking panels about anything if it wasn't a bunch of terrible people, just duking it out. That's the entertainment value. So you put aside our faux outrage there, right?
And I mean, I have a completely different vested interest. I mean, when I hear Shiva talk about not knowing the Turtleboy and the Bret history, I mean, dude, I know Kate because I've been watching Turtleboy since 2016.
Who is this guy? Anyone know who this guy is? I don't even know who this guy is. He says he's been watching me since 2016 and he knows about Kate through Turtleboy.
I mean,
growing up
that's not
in
how
Boston.
That's not how I know Kate. I know Kate because I'm friends with other people and they introduced us. And like people have tried to get me involved in the fucking Turtleboy Kate drama. People on both sides, and I've just resisted it because it's like a rabbit hole that I want fuck all to do with.
Right. So he doesn't know anything about it.
Right.
No. And
at least he's
said
honest.
that. I'm just saying that's what brought me in. The same way you just said, like, you know her through mutual people. I only know you guys through having been a turtle rider.
Right. So this is an article written
Look at
August 22nd, 2020.
I mean, this was great. He's just like, she's like, I don't think that's ever happened before. No one's ever died from a wellness check. He's like, be right back. Like one fucking Google.
Colleagues called in a wellness check, then police shot her to death.
There. Oh, oops, Kate. How do you like them apples?
Jesus Christ.
Quick. I've had a welfare check called to me. I've said this a million times. It was in 2019. And basically, okay, the person that called in on me said that I was going to kill my children and then commit suicide. Many police officers showed up at my house. But my point here is that just because it's a welfare check doesn't mean it cannot turn into a swatting. When you call a welfare check and you make allegations of murder.
Yeah, like, so I haven't heard the tape yet. Like, if this caller said that I had a gun, that changes everything. He's threatening to kill himself. He's volatile. What could happen?
Or things along that line, you are potentially setting someone up to have them swatted.
Another one.
You don't
You
know
found
what
another
that
one.
person's going to say. Just 'cause
Another
you make a
one.
Video, you don't know what that person's going to say when they call in the welfare check.
All right, here's
Yeah,
another
it's
one.
fucked up.
Here's another one.
Another story, news article.
Is she going to
from,
admit she was wrong? Nope.
NBC News. Family of Kansas teen fatally shot by police during wellness check. Wellness checks can be dangerous, Kate.
Thank you. Anything to say?
Yeah, it's all bad.
Anything to say, Kate?
And that's my issue with
Nothing.
This,
She's
is
got
that
nothing to
This
say.
has gone beyond
Nothing to
people
say.
just being rude to each other, right? Like, and I get people have done wellness checks, and like, you know, I'll need to kind of the fucking Turtleboy thing. I don't know anything about that. I'll need to look into that so I'm more informed.
You should see the 12 hours of mocking messages and then hear the call where he states that Bret is armed and going to shoot himself and possibly the police.
Like she said, like she's acting like she's heard a call where I call in and say he's going to shoot himself and the police. That's a fucking lie. And not only that, there's no tape of it. It's just a fucking lie. And 12 hours of mocking. You guys read those messages? That was like a fucking hour's worth of back and forth, and there's no mocking. It's me asking him. Seriously. I'm like, seriously, dude, are you okay? And he refuses to say it. Refuses to. She just fucking lies. And she has no receipts. And I show receipts. I showed you the entire conversation between Bret and I on that day. I never said that he was a threat to police. I showed you the tape where he says he has a gun in his mouth and does a dry fucking shoot.
And now that's not a concerted effort to have a wellness check that turns dangerous.
And all she's trying to do here is just justify this because she's involved. That's the only reason she's justifying this. Is Tonic, Zach Marten didn't just fucking do this on his own, did he? Nope. She's pulling the strings. She did this. And all the rhetoric he used about pedophile, talking to a 15-year-old, where is he getting that from? He just came up with that on his own? No, he's getting it from her. Of course. Of course.
I don't know what is. And I think that although most people can agree that calling the police for these reasons, I mean, in the situation, I feel bad for the police that had to respond to this motherfucker's house because they had to deal with that bullshit over nothing. That's who I feel bad for, right?
You feel bad for the police. She feels bad for the police. They're the victims here, not the 7-year-old girl who's woken up in the middle of the night by this bullshit that she's involved with. She can't even fucking condemn this. She can't even be like, that's fucked up, Tonic. You took it too far. Because you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen if she says that? Tonic's going to come out and say, I got the emails, Kate. You want to turn on me? Check out these emails of us fucking talking about this. You fucking put me up to this. That's why she's not condemning him. Because Tonic has shit on her. That's why.
I cannot think of a less sympathetic person to be on the receiving end of this behavior than someone who has repeatedly
for his children that had nothing to do with it.
Thank you. Like,
well, I'm sure that they were.
This has restored my faith in humanity. The fact that finally people in this community are calling her out. Do you have I feel sorry for the cops. Do you feel any sort of sympathy for the children, Kate? Any sort? No, she does not. Because Kate Peter is a child abuser. This is not a lie. This isn't like, oh, pedophile. No, this is actual document. That's why she lost 2 of them. You don't just lose 2 of your fucking kids. That's not a thing. She allows an abusive, dangerous, violent psychopath named Andrew Johnson to hurt her kids in her house. That is abusive. It doesn't matter if she's the one fucking hitting him or not. She's allowing an abuser to live there. That's just as bad. Just as bad. Yeah, she feels bad for the fucking police. What the hell did they that are working the night shift and have fuck all to do anyway at that time and came to my house and didn't want to be there, but they are there because Tonic did that to them. And you did that to them. So I want to play that one more time because that just blew my mind when she said that. I mean, I knew she had no bottom, but Jesus Christ, about like when she's like, do you feel bad for the kids? Listen to what she says here.
And I think that although most people can agree that calling the police for these reasons, I mean, in the situation, I feel bad for the police that had to respond to this motherfucker's house because they had to deal with that bullshit over nothing. That's who I feel bad for, right? I cannot think of a less sympathetic person to be on the receiving end of this behavior than someone who has repeatedly
for his children that had nothing to do with it.
Well, I'm sure that they were fine.
I'm sure that they were fine. She's sure. She's sure. She's sure. She does. I mean, because no, this is what she considers an event like this to be no big fucking deal. That's what it comes down to. She thinks this is normal because in her house, it probably is. It probably is. She thinks that this is she thinks that her daughter's behavior and the messages that she sent me, which are so disturbing that a 16-year-old would write something like that. And the way that her daughter treated my attorney and spoke to the judge. She thinks that's normal. That's the problem here, folks. That's the problem. I no longer get like her kid. They're past the age where they could be saved. So that's whatever. The damage is done at this point. The damage is done. But she thinks this is normal because to her, it is. To her, it is. I mean, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard her say.
I'm sure that they were fine.
Really? Okay.
Listen.
Yeah, I'm sure that they were fine.
I mean, I'm sure they weren't harmed. If assuming, and of
No,
course,
but my
we
children
don't.
were here when that happened. That was in 2019.
Like,
It's
good for this woman.
2023,
Who's
and
this
they
woman?
still
Good for
remember
her.
that.
Good for
Yeah,
her.
And of course, like, it's worth pointing out that we don't actually know whether the police rocked up at Turtleboy's house. Like, that could just be a lie, right?
I don't discount it. I think that would be, I mean, he is absolutely a known liar.
Like, imagine me saying I'm a known liar after the week she's had, after the Merv videos. But I'm a known liar. Like, I've never seen such projection in my life. Like, I hope these people are starting to realize this. Merv figured it out. I'm sure you guys can too. Like, listen to her. Like, I hope Shiva and them are watching this. There's no, and I'm sure they've picked up on it by now. You don't need me to tell you this. She's doing this to herself. It's no big deal. No big deal.
You know,
She's laughing about it. It's funny.
I would be surprised if the police, particularly in the small affluent town in which she lives, I do not believe that they would simply just ignore a report like that. It would be a huge liability if they did, particularly with a man who has repeatedly threatened suicide in public, right? Like, that would be a dumb thing not to show up.
See what I'm saying here? See that comment? He's threatening, like, she's pushing this narrative that, like, it's okay to call the cops on him because he's suicidal. He's threatened suicide. When have I ever fucking threatened suicide on here? Have I ever done that once on here? Threatened to kill myself? No. I have never done that. She is justifying. Listen to what she's doing. She is justifying what Zach Marten did. She's justifying it. That's what, like, that is the whole thing here. It's okay to call the cops on him. It's not a big deal. The guy's crazy anyway. He says he's suicidal. He's threatening to kill himself. It's okay to do that. It's okay to do that.
But, you know, I can almost guarantee that they didn't come in banging down doors with guns drawn.
She can almost.
Have you ever had someone do that to you? Have you
absolutely.
experienced it yourself?
Absolutely. I had CPS at my house back in January over an unfounded claim.
So CPS showed at your house fucking guns drawn over an unfounded claim? Multiple people, Kate, contacted CPS in January after I revealed that what Andrew Johnson and I published the police report. As they should. As they should. Because when it was discovered that your daughter and your son are still living with a man who they told police they're scared of and who pulled a fucking knife on them, they had every right to contact Child Protective Services over that. Every right. Every right. Because if you don't give a fuck about your kid's well-being, then someone else has to. And what your kids have been through is real. What you're saying about me is fucking imaginary. Is CPS armed now? Like, seriously, did she actually compared that? Like, it's all the same. I've never seen someone lie like this before. It's crazy.
Wellness, a wellness check.
Yeah. Wellness check? No, I have not. I have not had anyone yet.
Okay.
And you know, people are dropping more stories of wellness checks that have gone wrong. In
there's a lot of them.
Chat
there's plenty
in the server, and that's like that's.
You know how many times that's happened? Like with,
I mean, this kind of argument that seems to be being proposed, which is that, well, people are wankers and we just need to accept it. I just reject that. Like, no. If people are going to act in a way that places other lives in danger because of some fucking mean words on the internet, or because they don't like someone, or because, you know, they think they're trolling, or they're trying to get some fucking clout. No, just fuck off.
You don't feel like maybe you feel so strongly in this instance because it's Tonic?
She's like, because I guess Shiva doesn't like Tonic. And so like, oh, you only feel this way because you don't like Tonic. It's because again, what is she saying here? It's not a big deal. That is what she's saying here. This whole thing is overblown. It's not a big deal. And I hope, and these people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So I hope they're waking up and they're seeing the real K. Peter.
No, because I'm feeling equally as strongly about what Huckleberry's stream relating to Steph. I don't like Steph. I'm not a Steph fan.
Like, I don't get all this. I don't get all this. Once they start getting,
she did a
I don't get
fucking
all
live
this.
stream encouraging people to call CPS. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, the teams don't fucking matter when the lines get crossed like this. They're just all bad.
Yeah,
just all bad.
And like, fuck the tribalism. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Stand by a principle. Right? Look, stand by a principle, or just like fuck off. Why is that so difficult for people to grasp? I don't care about your teams.
Yeah, give it to them.
Your fucking tribes are all bullshit.
Amen.
Your groups are all bullshit. If you're going to stand by a principle, stand by the fucking principle. What the fuck?
Thank you.
Kind of turning me on, Shiva.
Sorry.
Well, careful. Shiva's going to tell you about a bucket in a second.
It's so infuriating.
No, I get it. It's completely fucked up.
Yeah, this is Shiva.
You don't think that Huckleberry probably does this stuff so that you'll do this, though?
See how she changes
to get
the
back
subject?
To my original point.
It's like she can't be like, tribalism is bad. And she's like, let's change the subject, because without tribalism, how am I going to run my little cult over here? I need tribalism.
I mean, maybe I don't like
Aidan
to...
bad.
Yeah,
Aidan bad. Like
perhaps.
Aidan bad.
Maybe I'm giving her exactly what she wants. Well, fine.
He's entirely correct.
But you know, she was doing this to Steph, not to me. She had no idea that I was going to do this stream.
Ozzy's
an hour ago. Well, an hour ago. How long I've been streaming for?
About 2 hours.
All right. Okay. I wasn't planning on going live tonight. It was because Harry said, Shiva, are you going to do a stream about Huck? And when Corrosive was talking
See, I don't know
to
what
Shelley,
this is. Let me see.
Talk about her like she's getting attention for being vile. If you have these principles and you want to stand by them, then I would suggest not amplifying what you despise.
I don't know. That just seems like capitulation. It seems like surrender. Yeah.
Is it if Huckleberry does a stream telling people to call CPS on Steph and no one is watching, who is calling?
I don't get what any of this means, so I'm going to skip this part.
So what? We should just... I mean, right, so, I mean, all right, look, Kate, let's apply this as a principle. Let's apply this to your channel, right? Like, surely what you're saying about this stream and Huckleberry is exactly the same as all the streams that you do on auditors, isn't it? You're giving them the attention they want, giving them the clout.
As well as she gives Turtleboy attention.
Well, can we let Kate respond, please?
Okay, sorry.
That is always an ill-advised, intensely personal battle where no one ever wins. Like, let's be real about that, right? Like, you know, he has now decided to drag in a child and leave her at the forefront and spin the narrative around which is, why
I'm not necessarily
made the decision to back down on that, because it's really not worth that.
All right, I'm not talking about Turtleboy necessarily.
Right. I tend to try to stay away from the truly vile that doesn't have an impact, because, like, why amplify it? Like, trust me, I understand what Huck does and why she.
Okay, I don't get any of this.
Well, Huck stream. I didn't watch Huck stream.
Okay.
These screaming doxing sprees, and she's still getting the attention.
Okay, I don't get
One's
it.
listening. Eventually, she's going to tire herself out, right?
Could just stream to my family, or stuff like that. Shit, who are not as involved.
It seems pretty clear that he was involved, right? And I observed that. I was annoyed to see that it was an immediate push to try to implicate.
Okay, so let's play this one.
Although the answer that I gave was accurate and true, actually, it didn't acknowledge the fact that what you were saying is right. Yes, I am biased against Tonic, and that will have undoubtedly had an effect on my approach to this.
Right. Well, I mean, it was absolutely shitty. And like, the only reason that I'm saying, like that I don't know that it was Tonic is because I don't definitively know. I think that, obviously, it seems pretty clear that he was involved. Right. And, I observed that. I was annoyed to see that it was an immediate push to try to implicate me in it. I had absolutely no prior knowledge of any of this. I had nothing to do with it. I have never done these things to people.
Not what the email
call
says.
wellness checks, and I avoid the police because I'm a scumbag. That's just, I don't really seek them out. I don't really find them to be very helpful in most scenarios. And
you called the police on me. I don't seek the police out. You tried to get me violated on the temporary order that was thrown out in court by making up a lie, by spoofing a call to your daughter. She did this. She spoofed a call to a 16-year-old girl and made it look like I was calling her 5 times. 5 times she did that in order to try to get me hemmed up on a crime that I did not commit. And she got the North Attleboro police to issue a search warrant with Verizon for my device for all my outgoing calls. And they're going to see that I never called her. And then they're going to find out who did. Hopefully, I don't know if they're going to go that far or if they'll just be like, well, it wasn't him, so case closed. I hope they find out who did it because it's going to be Kate Peter. Spoiler alert. She did it to her own fucking daughter. Because why the fuck would I call? I mean, think of how insane she is. She spoofed a call to her own fucking kid, pretending to be me. That's how, but she doesn't call the police ever. No. And she definitely doesn't get her kid involved in anything. No.
Quite frankly, and you're crucifying me this for later, if I thought that Aidan was suicidal, I absolutely would not call for help for him. Have at it. That's how I feel. Okay.
Yeah,
so like,
productive too, I agree.
Right. Like, why are you gonna stop somebody from making the one good decision in their life that they could possibly make? I'm not gonna do that. Right.
Christ.
So like,
it's like that's evil right there. Like, yeah, that would be a good decision. Yeah, there would be 2 children without a father. There would be 2 children without a dad, but that would be a good decision. That would be a good decision. Yeah, you should kill yourself, Aidan. I mean, like, evil, man. That is an evil fucking person right there. Jesus Christ.
I had nothing to do. I didn't think it was okay, but I was very sort of
not a big deal
about it. Like, yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I think
lukewarm.
for most people, maybe that would be a point of self-reflection. Like, wow.
Oh, so it's like, it's not, she's lukewarm about it. Calling the cops with a fake fucking suicide thing at 2 a.m, swatting their fucking, she's lukewarm. It's lukewarm about it. I could see the pros and the cons of that. I guess not a big deal. The more she talks, the more she reveals who she really is.
I really didn't like when that happened to me. So I should not do that to other people. I don't think that's what occurred there.
It didn't happen
I think
to
that
you.
It's annoying to me that it's, essentially what was handed to this guy was like a tool to you just throw out the victim points everywhere.
That's all she talks. That's all she cares about. The fact, this makes him look like the victim. That's the only part about this that upsets her. That's it.
That's swatted, right? Like, why hand him that? Like,
she laughs.
He's a fucking cry bully.
No one else laughs along
You're
with
handing him more ammo to be a cry bully. Don't. I feel the same way about Huck, though. It's like at some point, just starve these people. They're fucking toxic. There's no redeeming qualities. I've seen no redeeming qualities in Huck. She does this constantly. She wants to dox everybody. I'm going to put up your pictures, your whole family. If there's nothing there, she'll just make shit up. There's a real parallel between the two of them, as far as I'm concerned. Continuing to give any sort of reinforcement to the behavior, though. If you really want to take a stand, take a stand. Yeah, I disavow calling wellness checks on people. I disavow false CPS reports. I do not engage in this behavior. I don't.
Yeah, she's just she throws that in there too. She can't just be like, I disavow what Tonic did, but I also disavow DCF reports, even though you have a long and documented history of DCF involvement for legitimate reasons. Lost 2 of your kids, but you disavow that. She has to throw that in there too. She can't just, none of these people can just be like, this is bad. Some of them can. Shiva did, Andrew Brame did. Wasn't that fucking hard. But the others have to be like, well, yeah, but there's no yeah, but. Okay.
don't approve of anyone who does. The people that do it, I don't think are worth my time and energy at this point, or anyone's really. Like, let them die in the darkness.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I will hold my. Maybe you're right, Kate. Maybe the best thing to do is.
And by the way, if Shiva ever wants to come on here, he's more than welcome to. Be very clear about that. Like, if you want, I don't even need to relitigate everything. If he just, because he goes, he's a cunt. Well, you don't really know me, dude. Like, if you'd like to get to know me, I'm an open book. I'm always down for a conversation. I had a conversation with Kirk Minahan the other day. We disagreed on something. That's what people do. They talk about stuff. You're more than welcome to come on here and we could talk. If you have any questions about me, feel free to ask away.
Just to completely blank Huck, maybe this is feeding into her like ego in some way, and that she's kind of getting some, I'm going to be, I'm not particularly interested in the clicks and views. If I was, I'd be streaming.
I pick up these battles and want to fight them. But I've recently had to sit down and have numerous conversations with my own child about how you have to ignore it. And it's very hypocritical. And it's like, holy shit, I'm setting a bad example.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, fuck this, you got to swing back. And, in the same breath being like,
you made your daughter go to court. You made her do that. You wrote the affidavit, Kate. You spoke in front of the judge. She didn't do any of that. You dragged her to a fucking courthouse on a school day and made her humiliate herself. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You have to stop responding because you're just giving, this guy more content on you, right? But that's what it is. And the currency is that you watch those numbers go up and up and up.
I had more viewers with Kirk Minahan than I ever will with this.
I'm not particularly interested in the clicks and views. If I was, I'd be streaming every week. Right? But I hardly ever stream anymore because it's mostly unpleasant. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just giving Huck what.
So that's basically the end of it. Anyway, it's getting pretty late. Do you guys have any questions or anything? I'm an open book. Q&A. If you got any questions, fire away. Let me check the donos. Don't want to miss anyone. Okay, we're good in that regard. All right, if you guys have any questions, fire away. If not, we'll call it a night. It's been a fucking long one, hasn't it? Jesus Christ. These shows are getting longer and longer. Like, so what if I did? A lot of people did. Like, who cares? Like, it was a legitimate fucking call because it was revealed. We thought January was when when I was assaulted by Andrew Johnson. And we looked into his past, we looked into his court records, and we found out that, oh yeah, he pulled a fucking knife on the girl and he's living with her. If that doesn't warrant a call to CPS, what the fuck does? That's what any responsible adult would do. There are calls to CPS there are wellness checks that are legitimate. Like if somebody says they have a gun in their mouth, that's legitimate. If you find out that somebody is living with a man who pulled a fucking knife on your kid and is being charged with that still, that is a legitimate call. Calling for no fucking reason is not legitimate. You got the difference? Jesus fucking Christ, you window lickers. Okay, I apologize. Anyone else have any questions? You do lie because you're saying that I called for no reason. That's not true. It was a perfectly legitimate fucking cause. And I'm not the only one. A lot of people contacted. Yeah, it's like, worried about sexual abuse? Yeah, you probably should. Next court date, Andrew Johnson, Tuesday. Chrissy update, see Tuesday show. Are the Celtics going to win it all? I think so. Based on what I saw in that first half today, dude. Come on. They're all healthy. Dude, Time Lord is the big thing. I love Time Lord. He's back. He's healthy. They're ready to rock. They're going to win the championship. I would like to see who won the Sacramento game tonight. That's a series I'm interested in watching. Bruins, baby. They need to win. Not a Tatum, but yeah, that's true. But we'll say, I mean, he's experienced now, you know? Don't you think they learn over, like, don't you think he's going to be like, they get better? I think Jaylen Brown is a lot better of a player this year than he was last year too. Sacramento won, huh? Hey, how about that? That was the one where it's like, dude, the West is crazy because like the 6th seed and the 7th seed. I mean, you don't know what's coming out of there. Like the top 3 seeds in the West, Nuggets, Grizzlies, and Kings. No one thinks any of those 3 teams is going to come out of it. Everyone thinks it's going to be Phoenix or the Clippers, the 4, 5, 6, 7s. Phoenix, Clippers, Lakers, and Warriors. Those are the hot teams, you know, but because those are the names. It's so weird that those are the 3 teams. Yeah. You hear that, Laura? That Kate said you're lying about D's. Hey, Kate, don't stay in an abusive relationship. Yeah, exactly. Don't let the guy who's being charged with assaulting your daughter with a knife live in your fucking house if you don't want CPS there. Just a thought. Just a thought. Jalen's gone next year? Well, he won't be gone next year. He's not going anywhere. You care about the children in this drama. You don't seem to care much about mine, but okay. Do you think Jamie regrets not kissing you? Oh, he definitely does. He definitely does. Do you think he weighs? I think he would love to have a do-over on that night for sure. Because I feel like he feels like he let Bret down, which means a lot to him. Because I think he really, that's how sad the Schramms are. Is they desperately seek the approval of Bret. Nick is even worse. Nick came to Hooters the first time, and on camera he said that he asked Bret's permission to come down there. So he did get Bret's permission. Okay. Anyway, I guess we'll call it a night then, guys. Jesus Christ, it's 12:30 and we have 272 people there. Wow. Anyway, again, that Shiva guy, dude, you're welcome to come on here. And if you want to talk about anything, you're more than welcome to. Anybody that wants to talk about this, because I feel like this was the thing that like people like, dude, this has gone too fucking far. This is insane. And yeah, Tonic, Zach Marten is a piece of shit. And I am working on it. We're going to see I don't want to give away too many details about the legal proceedings with that, but ball's in motion. So I hope he's worried. He should be. Anyway, we'll see you guys all for the next episode of the live show on Tuesday. Peace, Turtle Riders.